everybody! Hi! How is your Sunday going? I hope you had a nice weekend. Hi, everybody! I hope that you guys have had a fantastic weekend so far. Hey, if you were at my 8-hour fucking stream yesterday. Hi. If you were at my 8-hour stream yesterday, hey, nice to see you again. I feel like I saw you 5 minutes ago. Hi, how was your weekend? Tell me about how your week has been going. Tell me about what you guys did over the weekend. What's going on? One arm said, you didn't drink all the water. And am I being forced to drink all of the water? Conquistador says, I listened to it all I could last night and I loved it all. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed being here. How was everyone else's weekend? I hope that you guys are having a fantastic time. One arm says, we should play Gartic Phone soon. I agree! I really liked playing Gartic Phone with you all. I really liked playing games with you all. Definitely have to do another community day soon. I did say yesterday, though, that yesterday was my first Saturday in over a month that I was free, and it's also going to be the last Saturday in over a month that I'm going to be free. So we'll see how often I can do. Community days, but I want to do them more often because I had a blast and I had a lot of fun with all of you yesterday. Zio says, hi May! Hi Zio! How are you, my friend? I hope that you had a lovely weekend. How are you, my dears? I hope that you are well. Let's see. Let me scroll up because I know I missed some messages. Hi guys! Poke says, this weekend I slept while having Deathcore Metal on full blast. Fuck yeah! That sounds awesome! Spirit Theory says, did a collab stream with some VTuber friends last night. I had so much fun. Yay! That sounds awesome! I'm glad to hear it, my dear. Conquistador says, I was talking about your Spotify music. Yay! Thank you for listening to my silly little music. I appreciate you very much. Alan says, hi May, sorry I'm about to shower real quick. You better get clean. You better get nice and fresh so that when I do the sniff check later, you'll be ready. Hi guys. Hi Tea Time. Hi Brain Rot. Hi everybody. I hope that you guys are doing wonderful. Ryan Stamper says, my weekend was good until today because of my Meow Meow passing away, but other than that, it was fine though. No! I'm so sorry to hear about your little baby. My condolences. It's always so hard losing a pet. I hope that you and your family are doing okay and that maybe another sweet little baby's in your future. Tea Time says, hi May. Hello! I hope you enjoyed your Tomodachi. I did! Yay! I really like when you guys make me a little character in your games. So far, we have not had a moment where somebody has like made me in The Sims and they just like locked me in a pool and they let me drown. So far, so long as you're not doing that, then we're fine. Thank you for putting me in your miscellaneous video games. I love seeing it. I love seeing that. I think it's really cute. Oreo says, just drop it in and sleeping with my nuts hanging out. Good for you, King. But hey, don't sleep with your nuts out for too long. Listen, you can sleep with your nuts out. But if you sleep with your nuts out, you gotta make sure that the nuts are under the blanket at the very least. Because if your nuts are unprotected by a blankie, the ball slapper is gonna come to your bedroom and they're gonna slap your balls. And by that, I mean me. Maybe I'm the ball slapper and I'm gonna come and I'm gonna slap your fucking balls off, clean off your body while you're asleep. So you gotta have a blankie on for protection or I'm gonna slap your balls off. Yay! Venomous says, May Docs is Joe Biden. Soda? I don't know. Baron says, today's been interesting, that's for sure. Well, Spirit Theory says, if you're gonna see Zenobia live, you better take videos. I want to see. I might. I'm thinking about going to Juluka next month, and then Zenobia's coming to the Brooklyn Bowl in September, I believe. So there's a couple of like small metal shows that I can go see in like the immediate future. I'm excited about that. Hello. Venomous says, talking about sniffing like that, only one person would do that. Me! Bira says, do not lock the nun up. She needs to shit. No, I don't. That's why that's why my starting soon screen was like 8 minutes long. It's because I pressed the start button and then I realized, oh, fuck, I gotta shit. And so I ran to the bathroom, pooped, came back, and I was midway through like the second loop of the starting screen. So I was like, okay, we're good. Nobody left. Rit says, you say that, but some people would pay to get their ball slapped. All right. $100. I'm kidding. 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 Tea Time says, what if we don't have balls? Boobs, titty slaps. They're just balls on different areas of your body. So if you got boobs, you'll get a titty slap. If you got balls, you get a ball slap. And that's why you have to make sure that you are protected by a blankie, lest the ball, or, you know, ball, either sense of the form of the word, will come and slap them off. Clean off your body. There ain't gonna be nothing there come the morn. Sakura Rose and Seiji say, hi, hello guys. How are you doing today? I hope you guys have had a fantastic weekend. Hi, Thundertone. Hello, my friends. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic week. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Warsaw Piece is still not enough to be on the Epstein list. You're gonna have to try harder. That's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. No, thank you. Let's see. Risen says, 3D May Yippee, hello. Hi, friend. How are you, my dear? I hope that you are having a fantastic week. It's good to see you. Ryan Snapper says, fun fact, May, men's balls hang lower when they have a fever to get away from the heat. Really? Do men's balls hang lower when they have a fever to get away from the heat? Is that what happens? Like, even in the summertime? No? Church IT Tech said you were lying to me. Liar! Liar! You're not allowed to lie to me. If you just lied to me about balls, I'm sentencing you to death. I'm sentencing you to both death and prison forevermore and forever in your life. Forever and ever and ever. Also, someone said chat clip that. I did fix the clip command, so I finally fixed it so you can finally use the clip command. Yay! Nightfall says, hello, May. 2 things. How are you doing? I'm good. How are you doing today? I hope you are having a wonderful day. Let's see. Knife also says, too, I would like to know more about the Church of Symphonia. What do you believe in at the Church of Symphonia, High Priestess May? I believe in music. Symphonia is my beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous goddess of music that I'm absolutely positively obsessed with. She is the reason I breathe in the air beneath my sails, and I love her very dearly. And that is why I am the High Priestess of this here music church, because she once has breathed melody into this world, and therefore I serve her forevermore. If you want more information about that, I am already working on a lore animatic video. That'll come out eventually. I'm not really rushing the artist to finish because I know that animatics take a very long time, but it's like at least 50% done. We're working on it. It'll be out eventually. Tea Time says, yes, boobs, the balls of womanhood. Exactly. And they hurt. They hurt sometimes. Y'all ever been hit in the face with your own titty before when you're going down the stairs? That shit hurts. Try it sometime. Let's see. Honey said, did I hear balls? Hi, honey! I know I'm super behind in chat right now. I'm scrolling up and down. How are you doing, honey? I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Yay! Drucken says, sperm survives at a temperature lower than the natural body. That's why balls hang outside. Interesting. I do not know much about the anatomy of a ball. As far as I know, the boob is like a secondary sex organ, so we don't really like need our boobs unless you're breastfeeding. But like, I still don't know very much about the human anatomy. I'll have to like take some of your skin apart so I can fully make sense of the human anatomy. Thank you, chat. I'll be using you for my experience. Oriozilla says, I suddenly have this image of May playing ping pong with herself as the ball slapper. Exactly. That's why I play pickleball. Yay! Optimus Prime says, greetings, soldiers. It's an honor to be here, Autobots. Holy shit! Optimus Prime! I'm a big fan of your movie Transformers 1. I wish that movie did better because it was a really good movie, and I liked Transformers 1 quite a lot after Optimus Prime. Tea Time says, my boobs aren't big enough for that. I don't even have boobs. I'm a man. That's okay. That means we're going back to the low set of balls. There's a high set of balls and a low set of balls. Low set of balls, gotta sleep with the blanket on, slapping them off. McCunny says, yes, interesting. I'll just have to cut you open. Exactly! How else are you meant to perform experiments in this day and age, huh? I have to make sure that I know all of the secrets of the world, including on what's going on inside your bodies. So we'll be doing scientific experiments in the church. I practiced on corpses with the mortuary assistant. I'll try practicing on live bodies next. Thank you, chat, for your dedication to science. The church is going to learn quite a lot. Pokey says, the highest chance of one of my mates getting a relationship is 20%. The lowest right now is at 5, and that's the chances of all my mates, all genders. Hey, it happens. And you know what? That's okay, because there's someone out there for everybody in the world. Yippee, yippee, yippee! Spirit Theory says 4K away. I will get my song request soon enough. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Rise Depper says, I swear it's true. Look it up, man. Men's balls hang lower in the summer because of the heat and shrunk in the winter because of the cold. Testicular torsion. If you're lying to me, testicular torsion. No opportunities to testicular torsion. Brainrot says Ryan is telling the truth though. Okay, all right. Maybe I won't testicular torsion him. Maybe he'll be okay. Tea Time says, but I don't sleep with a blanket. I sleep with a 1977 retro refrigerator freezer hybrid. Whoa, imagine. Okay, I have like Zio said tits? Maybe you have tits on this model or no? Tits will still work, but it won't hit me with the exact precision as it does with my Live 2D model. But you could still use tits on this model. You can. Oh, thank you for the head pats. Yay! Let's see. Speaking of like sleeping in a fridge, I've thought about that before, and I think it's because of the Indiana Jones movie. Do you guys remember the Indiana Jones movie? I think it was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. There was a scene in that movie where Shia LaBeouf has to like hide in the fridge from an explosion, and I like to think about like the how that would actually work. If you hid in your fridge, would you be safe from a bomb, or would the bomb just blast the door off of the fridge? Very interesting questions, actually. Let's see. Poke says, May, you can easily experiment on me to get rid of my eczema and asthma because they've been a bitch my entire life. I have eczema on my elbows, so I understand the way you feel, Poke. Well, thank you for your dedication to scientific observations. Maybe that'll help me as well. Yusen says, hi, May, how are you? I'm good. How are you today, Yusen? I hope that you are having a fantastic weekend. Thank you for being here. Toxic says, do you want to be Minecraft without the craft? Do I want Oh, I see. Honestly, Toxic, that's a good pickup line. You got to keep using that one. You'll get someone someday. Yusen says, sleeping in a fridge? Venomous says, Harrison Ford. Okay, was it Harrison Ford? I'm sorry. I thought it was Shia LaBeouf because I remember Shia LaBeouf was Harrison Ford's like son in that movie. His like bastard son or something. I remembered that. I probably just misremembered who got in the fridge. Let's see. Thundertome says that wasn't Shy, that was Indy. Okay, got it. I'm sorry. I didn't think that you guys cared that much about the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. To my knowledge, people didn't even like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull that much. Ah! Ow! Hey! Why? Rit says there's also the comic trope of fridging where a love interest corpse is put in the fridge to send a message. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of interesting. I like that. Let's see. Nightfall says, if I may, perhaps I shall share something from the good book of the Holy Bible, Book of Booba 3178. And so the goddess Symphonia had decreed to the Gooners the following: accursed be to those who cuck thy fellow Gooner, and to those who engage in the sick practice of NTR. What do you think of this verse, May? Generally, I agree. It has to be consensual cucking. That's the only way that it'll fly in this church. Spirit Theory says, there will be no dissection done on me. No, ma'am, not a chance. Also impossible to have cut a ghost open. You have no power over me. I'll figure it out someday. My scientific advancements will get there at some point. Yusen says, oh, it's been a great few days. I want my spring allergies to go hide in the fridge, not gonna lie. Same. My eyes, when I kind of get like when the pollen and wind and dust season comes around, my eyes start crying all the time. And I have had a really hard time wearing makeup for like the past week, which I still do. I have to wear makeup to go to work. But the undersides of my eyes are like really raw and swollen because I keep crying. So I keep having to like you know, like I try to pat my eyes with the tissue more than rub my eyes with the tissue, but it just happens. So now the undersides of my eyes are like really raw. So when I like touch my eyes at all, it hurts. But that's okay. That's just how it is in springtime. It just always happens that way. Thunderdome says there's a funny reference to that fridge scene in Fallout New Vegas, but only if you have the Wild Wasteland trait. That's crazy. Fallout seems like a crazy game. And Gamer says we didn't, but at least we know the freaking characters. I'm sorry. I haven't watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull until it probably came out in like, what, 2009 maybe? I was like 10? How am I supposed to remember what happened in that movie? I don't know. Shit. Let's see. Warsaw P says, please do not dissect me, Dr. Majel. I'll think about it. You have to stay on my good side. If you don't want to get cut open, you have to stay on my good side. And that means you have to be nice to me. Daytime says, I don't have eyes. I ate them on accident when I ate that chocolate bar with the wrapper still on. Huh, all right. Sounds like a pretty freak accident. Folks says, anyone remember the Leviticus verses from the Bible? Leviticus. I like that. That's a good one. Let's see. Ryan Stepper says, there's also a reference to the fridge scene in Cyberpunk 2077 too. Huh. I didn't realize that the fridge scene in Indiana Jones' Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was such an iconic scene. To my knowledge, people didn't like Indiana Jones' Kingdom of the Crystal Skull that much. Venomous says, pollen is how trees reproduce. We're essentially getting bukkake every time we go outside. You know, that's a good way to think about it. I never thought before that I was getting bukkake by pollen in the air, but it does get everywhere, as does the bukkake. So, yeah. I think that makes sense. Warsaw P says, you have good sides? Yeah, I have good sides, and we know exactly what my good side is. It's my back. We already know what Heavy Metal May good side is. It's the back side, and that's all you gotta worry about. All right, let me rotate. Yay! Let's see. Bayron says it's usually windy as fuck here too, which doesn't help. Oh, it absolutely does not help. We've been getting our shit kicked in by the wind all week this week here in Vegas. Especially in the morning. So like the way that like the parking garage at my work is, they have like very open like windows. They're not even windows, just like open air spaces. And the way that the parking lot is like facing, somehow the wind is always perfectly rushing through the parking lot. So it's like a big wind tunnel. So when you are trying to open your car door first thing in the fucking morning, God said, you're not going to work, stupid. And so there's been times where I've opened my car door with such force that it comes right back at me because the wind is like, bitch, you're not getting out of your car today. And then I slam my leg in the car door because of the wind first thing in the morning. And then I'm like limping down the stairs to get to work. It sucks. Yeah, wind sucks out here. Ryan Deborah says, hey, May, have you played Cyberpunk? Hey, what the hell did you do that for? And why are we throwing so much stuff at me today? What did I do to deserve any of this? We're throwing stuff at me today? What the hell? Red Zipper says, hey, May, have you played Cyberpunk 2077? No, I have not. I don't really know if it'll be my kind of game because I'm not that into, like, sci-fi settings. But it does look like a good game. But then also, when one of my close friends was playing Cyberpunk 2077, she fell into, like, a really bad depressive episode because of one of the endings. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that to myself. But that being said, I do love depressing-ass manga, so maybe it would be my thing. I don't really know. I also, my computer was also a piece of shit up until like a month ago when I updated all of my computer parts. So, it is in the cards now, I think. Let's see. Tea Time says, throwing is a love language. Everyone grab your rocks. No. No, don't throw rocks at me. I can't take that much. We're not in the Salem witch trials. You cannot stone me to death. It would mostly just be painful, and I don't want to do that. Okami says, have you ever played the best game ever created, Deadlock? I have not. I'm scared of Deadlock. Okami's gonna call me bad at the game. Ah! Let's see. Bearman says, we do need a May Cyberpunk playthrough. Cyberpunk isn't real! Cyberpunk's not outside of my door right now! I'm kidding. I'm actually pretty okay with the idea of playing Cyberpunk, especially now that I have, better computer parts. Bugsy says, ever heard of the game Hob? I have not, Bugsy. I have no idea what Hob is. Do you know what Hob is? We got no idea what Hob is. It looks like something that Church IT Tech would like. Just kind of looking at the game's art style. Never heard of it, though. Sincerely. Let's see. Warsaw says, none yeeting competition. Punt her. Ah! No! What did I do to deserve this? I literally came here to talk to you guys and have a nice, cordial conversation. And now you guys are like, let's throw her. Let's throw rocks at her. Let's make her life worse. What the fuck? Ah! If you're gonna throw things at me, at least buy things on my UwU Market store first. I'm kidding. You don't have to do that. I deserve you guys throwing rocks at me, actually. I deserve everything bad. D-Time says, the only game I play anymore is my friend Peppa Pig. Serious. Peppa Pig has a game? I did not know that, actually. Google says, there's a Marcus store? Ryan Stepper says, Cyberpunk is so good, I beat every one of the endings and I beat the whole game 4 times. See, I'm not really a game replayer either. Like, I like games that kind of have infinite replay loop that, like, you can kind of 100% just by, you know, like, going through an infinite replay loop. I don't really like to go through multiple endings of a game, which I know is, the opposite. Ah! Which I know is the opposite if you think about the fact that I'm playing, like, Nier right now, and I want to play both of the Nier games. Those both have different endings, but, you know, that's life. Conquistador says, someone throw water at her, I'm too poor. No, don't drown me! I can't! What's going on? Bearma says, Cyberpunk does not have New Game Plus, though, but of course, there's a mod for it. Yeah, alright. That makes sense. T-Time says, a nice cordial conversation. What starts with ball slapping? Alright, you're right. I guess I deserve it. I did start stream today by being like, alright, don't sleep without a blanket on or you're gonna slap your balls off. Ah! If you want to throw me, I have to, like, zoom out so that you guys can get the angle of me zoomed out. Alright, there you go. Have at it. Let's see where we land. I actually don't 100% know where... Oh! There we go. I landed somewhere over there, I think. Yeah, I think I landed oh! There we go. Yep, that's where I go when you guys throw me.
Hi guys. Do I look pretty? Yay!
Can't throw me when I'm busting it down, bitches. Can't stop me now. Ain't nothing you could do about any of this. I do need to get a breakdancing emote. Ah! Wait, my legs were still going when you threw me.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Let's freaking go, dude.
Up.
This is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. I love having a 3D model. This shit rocks. Nothing can be better than this. Alright. I'll get normal style now. I love Ooh-ee-ah-ee cat. Ethel, my beloved. I love Ethel forevermore. Let's see. Let me scroll back up to see what you guys got going on up here. Houston says, the only guy in the game that I replay is a JRPG. I feel like the only games that I've really ever, like, replayed is, like, Hades and Hades 2. And I have tried to replay some of Final Fantasy XIV's, like, MSQ, because I really love Final Fantasy XIV. And also rhythm games, like, games that just kind of have, like, a kind of a setting where you kind of just infinitely replay it and it doesn't really impact the story that you already got. I feel like that's the kinds of like game endings or like replayability games that I enjoy. I don't know. Ogami says, we need to fish, May. We don't need to fish. That's actually the last thing in the world that we need to do. Ah! Nightfall says, may I suggest another verse from the Holy Bible? The Book of Ass, 3100. And so, born on the 32nd night of the 13th month, the goddess Symphonia's only good boy was born to give joy in the world and guidance to the people of Goon and to reveal the holy word of the Holy Bible. Amen. Amen. Spirit Theory says Hades in her crippling May in her crippling Hades edition. Yeah. Ah! Put him away! Put the fish away! Church IT Tech looked at me like, can this bitch should quiet down? Sorry, Church IT Tech. When I get too loud, I feel bad for him. Also, welcome to the Church Nightfall. Thank you very much for joining us. Yay! I hope that you are having a nice time in the church today. Tea Time says, I'm so excited for Hololive to release the rhythm game. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Nightfall says, does this count as a baptism, me following? In a way, it does. In a way. Nuke says, Church IT Tech needs to learn the maze loud. Oh, he knows. He's known me for like 10 years. Though I feel like I've only become loud in like the last 4. Something happened when I kind of stopped giving a shit, and now I'm just loud all the time. Folks says, May does the scrolls, books, and the saints sound right, huh? Let's see. Mo says, hello, my beautiful friend.
Hello, my friend.
How are you? I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Sweet Theory says, May, do you have any commands for chat? In terms of like stream commands? I do have some. Honestly, I should write those down for you guys. That's my fault for not having them written down.
Whoopsie daisy. My bad, I sorry.
Folk says, there is Leviticus, Book of Booba, Scrolls of St. Feeder, the Book of Cheeks, and the Great Scrolls of Metal. My god, who knew? Tea Time says, when one stops giving a shit, one reaches divinity, and also gets suddenly very loud and very fun. You know what? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Twitch One says, odds. When I stopped giving a shit, I turned quiet. I'm quiet in certain places. In certain places. Like at work, I don't fucking talk. Almost at all. But like, if I'm around friends or if like, you know, like Church IT Tech or on stream, can't get me to shut the fuck up. It just kind of depends. Let's see. Poke says, May, does that sound right? Yes, of course. I do think that indeed sounds correct. Book of Leviticus, Book of Booba, Scrolls of St. Peter, Book of Cheeks. I think these all make sense in the Holy Bible. I think this is very good. Let me see here. Let's see. Let me scroll up here. Okay, there's a couple things that I wanted to ask you guys about today. Just kind of in general. Chris says, hi, I didn't realize you went 3Ds. Congrats, currently grading my student. Hi, Chris! Yeah, this was the last surprise in my birthday surprise month. Because eventually I want to do like a full 3D concert. And I figured that so I'm participating in one of my friends' full 3D concert, and everybody who is in the concert needed a 3D model, and I was like, well, I guess I might as well get one so that I can participate in her concert, and then also get also have a concert of my own someday. But concerts are very expensive, so it'll probably take me a while to get there, but that's okay. Let's see. Gamer says, why the actual fuck is it snowing outside? That's crazy, because for me, it's 80 degrees today. I could not imagine it snowing at this time of year. I could not. It's a very hot 80 degrees. I'm actually currently sweating my balls off in my office. So, can't relate. Actually, okay. So there's a couple things that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Just because I'm interested in hearing your guys' thoughts. And because that's what the Someday Sermons are all about. I ask you guys questions, you guys tell me your thoughts and your feelings and your perspectives. Because I always like hearing about your thoughts and your feelings and your perspectives. So I wanted to ask you, first question, before I get into the main conversation point of this part. First question here is, How many of you guys like Funko Pops? And have you ever liked Funko Pops? I will wait patiently for your answer. Spirit Theory says, of course it's 80 degrees. You live near Vegas. I am in Vegas. It's always hot as balls here. Rich says, is it smart to hear chat's thoughts? Someday when I have a mascot and a DTS pet, I'll be able to hear your thoughts all the time. Poke says, I forgot the words of Prophet Tataraya. Poke says, I'm a collector in general. Rich says, Funko Pops are shit. Brainwash says, personally, I don't. Twitchmon says, hell no. Got it. Twitchmon hates them. Julia says, they're alright, but I don't want to collect them. Gamer says, Funko Pops, some are cool, but I'm not a hardcore collector. Chris says, I thought they were kind of cool, but then it was oversaturated and I didn't care. Spirit Theory says, I have no opinion. Tea Time says, I like the Funko Pops of my favorite characters only. Fair. Rathon says, what flavor are those Funko Pops? Because I would rather have Auto Pops. The flavor of Funko Pop is plastic. If you try to sink your teeth into a nice Funko Pop, all you're going to get is a bunch of plastic shards in your teeth. And that's not going to be a lot of fun. Warsaw P says, I hate Funko Pops. Yusen says, how often do you get to see that big smiling dome in the center? Oh, the sphere? The Las Vegas sphere? I see that bitch like at least once a day. Maybe not on days where I don't leave the house. I'm far enough from it to be safe from it when I'm home. But, like, going to work or just going out in general, you could see the sphere from, like, fucking anywhere. So long as you're at a higher point in the city, you can see the sphere from actually anywhere. And there's, like, a cast of light. The sphere gives off so much light pollution that if, like, let's say the sphere has, like, the big yellow emoji on, you will see, like, a yellow cast of a yellow glow in a yellow glow in the sky of the sphere. But anyway, okay. So I wanted to ask you guys about Funko Pops. It seems like the vast majority here hate the shit out of Funko Pops. And that's okay, because I personally, I don't really like them. I don't really like them either. But I was wondering, if so many people, including in my chat, if so many people hate Funko Pops, how in the world did they become like the world's most consumable plastic item? Because there's sincerely tens of thousands of Funko Pops, probably millions of Funko Pops that sit in landfills and sit unsold in factories. How did Funko Pops get this popular to the point where there's just such an insane surplus of all of them? Let's see. Rich says they appeal to the normies, and they have been because of collectors mainly. But even of all of the collector friends that I know, not many people fuck with Funko Pops at all. Oreo says, Dakimakura win. Actually, for my UwU Market launch, if you like hit a certain threshold, I could get a Dakimakura, but it's like a crazy sales goal. It's like the top sales goal. I do not anticipate on like ever hitting that. Let's see. Chris says, oh no, I already read that message. Twitchmon says, I hate them so much that when a streamer had a subathon, we were given the choice to buy something from her throne and be given in a giveaway. I could have gone cheap and bought her Funkos, but I chose the expensive adult toy instead of the Funkos. That's crazy, actually. But I understand. So I have two Funko Pops. I only have two. I have a Aggressive Retsuko Funko Pop, and I have a Deathwing from World of Warcraft Funko Pop. I think that the Funko Pops of animals are, like, more tolerable, because I just think that the Funko Pops of people look worse. But the Funko Pops of animals, they, like, look fine to me, and I don't mind having them. But I only have the two. There are people that have, like, thousands of Funko Pops, and I don't understand how they got there. Spirit Theory says, I'm gonna go eat. See you later. Bye, Spirit Theory. Thank you for hanging out while you could. See you later. Mikami says, for every 10 people who hate Funko Pops, there's a person who collects enough for all of them combined. And that's crazy to me. I cannot fathom, like, okay, I'm a guy that has like 30 Miku figures. I have so many Hatsune Miku figures. You could kind of consider me a soft Hatsune Miku collector. I don't buy all the Hatsune Mikus. I just buy the ones that appeal to me and my senses. But I have quite a lot of Mikus. And I don't think I could ever get to the point where I am just like consuming that one thing over and over and over again, like Funko Pop collectors do. I think it's kind of ridiculous. Oreo says, I would probably only get some Godzilla Funkos, and if I could find any, maybe some Scott Pilgrim ones. If there are things that you really love and you want to own, like, one thing of, like, your favorite thing, I understand. If you want to own, like, one thing of, like, everything of that favorite thing, if you're collecting for that favorite thing, I think it's fine for you to want to own a couple of Funko Pops. But I just don't understand how... It seems like everyone hates the fuck out of Funko Pops, and yet they're everywhere. And there's so many collectible stores in Vegas that sell, like, half of their store is Funko Pops, and they never fucking sell. So when I lost my career job, almost 2 years ago, when I lost that job, I had to work at a collectible store for a couple of months. Nobody fucking ever bought the Funko Pops. Unless it was like some mom and they were like, my kid likes My Hero Academia. What do I get them? And then we'd be like, we have My Hero Academia figures and we have My Academia Funko Pops. We suggest getting the figures. They'll be like, I'll get the Funko Pop. So the only people that I knew that bought Funko Pops were the moms that came into the store and they were uncomfortable looking at the anime figures, so they just bought a Funko Pop and left. That was the only people that I saw that are buying Funko Pops. So I have no idea how there's so fucking many. Chris says, hey, what are you laughing at me for? What did I do? Is it because I got fired once? Is that why you're laughing at me? Orozilla says, I would probably only get some Godzilla Funkos, and if I can find any, maybe some Scott Pilgrim ones. I think the Godzilla Funkos are pretty good, too. I don't hate the Godzilla Funkos. Chris says there's a video on the worst thing ever made from Meat Canyon. Surprisingly educational on how Funkos rose and fell. Interesting. Okay, I'll look into that. Alan says, I'm neutral on Funko Pops. I do like them, but there are times when I hate them, especially store exclusive. There was quite a lot of store exclusive Funkos, like back where I worked for a couple of months. Bread! Thanks for the bread. The daily bread bits. I appreciate that very much, my friend. Much appreciated. Orozilla says, I was barely laughing. I was laughing at the fact that the Funkos barely sold. They almost never sell. They almost never sold back when I worked at the collectible store. Let's see. Chris says, I put them in the realm of Labubus. So, I am someone that loves collecting, but I like to collect figurines for the most part. I like to collect plushies and I like to collect figurines. And also blind boxes. I love blind boxes. I don't get Labubus either. I've never been that big into like the keychain kinds of stuffies. But I kind of get Labubus a little bit more because I like the fact that they're a little bit fuzzy. But if you were to ask me, like, how I feel about Labubus in general, I think that they're fucking ugly, and I don't own any. That being said, if you like Labubus, I have a friend who loves her Labubu so much that she made her Labubu's little clothes. And I think that's adorable. I think that's super cute. Good for her. I just can't, I don't like them very much. Awesome Guy says, good evening, anyone. Hi, Awesome Guy. Nice to meet you. I hope that you are doing well. Also, same to you, Nerd Gunner Boy. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day. Right now, I was asking a question about how people feel about Funko Pops and how they think that Funko Pops got so expensive. Because that was just kind of on my mind. If so many people hate Funko Pops, why are there so many in pop culture, even today? It's kind of perplexing when you think about it. La 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 la. Bear says, whatever makes you happy. Fair enough. Also, sorry I missed your head pats. Here, I'll do another one.
There we go.
Why head pat not work? I did it. I'm sorry. I was too zoomed in for you to see the head pat. But I got it for you. It's zoomed out now. Sorry about that, my friend.
Yay. Thank you.
There is something else that I wanted to ask you guys about today as well. So, I was thinking about creepypastas out of nowhere. Probably because I've been watching a lot of videos about like spooky video games and like ARGs online. But I was like wondering, when you were younger, were there any creepypastas that you like fully believed? And like if you were really into creepypastas, what was your favorite? Because I was terrified of them. I was so fucking terrified of creepypastas that I could barely even stand to like read them or anything.
Head power.
I remember the one I was actually the most afraid of. The one I was most afraid of was it's so stupid. It's so stupid. But okay. When I was a kid, I was actually really afraid of it's so stupid. So I was on the internet way too early. Way too early. And when I was little, I actually thought that like the Lavender Town creepypasta was really scary. And even though I had never had a chance to play Pokemon back then, I was so scared of playing Pokemon because I was really afraid of Lavender Town. Nerdgun says, bye! Bye, Nerdgun! Nice to meet you, and I appreciate you for popping in just for a couple minutes. I stream 4 nights a week, and I hope to see you again. Awesome Guy says, I just finished enjoying watching Isles of Man motorcycle racing videos. That sounds cool! I don't know shit about motorcycles, but that sounds fun. Chris says, the Crooked Man SCP is my favorite, but I always knew it was a made-up story for him. Fair. Twitchmon says, Pokemon self-unalivement creepypasta. Was that the Lavender Town one that I was talking about, if I remember correctly? Warsaw P says, my fave was the abandoned Disneyland one. Creep me the fuck out. Oriazilla said, one of my favorite creepypastas is Godzilla NES. I remember also thinking, I also thought about, like, you guys remember Squidward Suicide? That really old creepypasta? I remember seeing, like, an image of, like, the Squidward Suicide creepypasta, and it scared me so fucking bad that I didn't go on YouTube for, like, 3 days. Back in the olden days, I honestly would just like lurk on I Can Has Cheeseburger all day. Do you guys remember I Can Has Cheeseburger? If I would run into something like creepy on I Can Has Cheeseburger or like Meme Base or Rage Comics or something like that, then I would just like refuse to do anything online for a couple days, and I would just play The Sims 2 instead. Awesome Guy says, I've enjoyed TF2 creepypasta videos. Brainrest says, they didn't bother me all that much. Lavender Town is the only one I can immediately think of. And then maybe it's because I am such a little wah piss baby girl. I get scared of things really, really easily. And that also goes for when I was a little kid. I was always scared of something. And a lot of the times, that was some shit fucking creepypasta that I had read online at the time. And I find it interesting how creepypastas don't happen anymore. You know, the scary internet forums and the scary internet stories like that, they don't really happen. You have to go to like the subreddit No Sleep if you want to read like a creepy little story. You don't really like naturally come across creepy little stories on the internet anymore unless you're watching video essays about them or you're reading through No Sleep, the subreddit. Awesome Guy says, we be old in here. We do be old as fuck in here, TBH. Chris says, I thought the Ben Drown story creeped me out a lot back then, but then I read it on a podcast recently, and it's so goofy and not well written at all. Yeah! I remember that too! I also remember being kind of afraid of the Ben Drown story, which was a
Oh, thanks.
Welcome to the church, Awesome Guy 96. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Welcome to the church. Okami says, we're old, but May's older. No, I'm not. Not older than some of yous. I know the ages of some of yous in my chat. Yusin says, oh god, not video essays. What do you mean? I fucking love video essays. I watch a video essay like every day of my life. Warsaw P says, oh, that's super nostalgic. Icon is Cheeseburger, 9gag, and a few similar Polish sites. Check them out every day. I do miss that era of like going to a website and it just being a bunch of funny images on there. Now you go on a website expecting to see funny images like on Twitter, and then everything on the website just is there to piss you the fuck off because that's what brings in engagement on these fucking websites. It's terrible. It's horrible. I hate it. Yusin says, I used to fall asleep with the Reddit creepypasta videos playing. yeah, I feel that. And Gamer says, making me feel old. Sorry, man. Sorry. Awesome Guy says, I'm testing some folks who remember the Fancy Pants Flash game, the stick figure with the orange pants. I remember all of those, you remember that age in like 2006, 2007, where on, oh my god, what was that website called? What was that website called with all the animations? It starts with a U. What was that website with all the animations? Ah, fuck. But there was a bunch of, like, stick figure fights back in the day. I can't remember what the hell that website was. What was that website? I'm literally smacking myself in the face. Newgrounds. Yes! Newgrounds! Thank you. It was Newgrounds. I appreciate you all for knowing what I was thinking of. I remember on Newgrounds, I would just spend so long watching, like, stick figure fight animations and other animations on Newgrounds. And then I found Newgrounds again when I was a teenager for an entirely different reason. Wink. Oriozilla says, and who remembers a website full of Flash games called Game Fudge? I think Game Fudge was, like, banned on my school computers, so we could, my only option was, like, cool math games. Newgrounds meter. Yeah, there's the answer. Sure is. Red Snapper says, side note, the Lavender Town incident was a true story, but don't quote me on it. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Chris says, my favorite no sleep is I'm a search and rescue officer for the U.S. Forest Service, and I have some stories to tell. Super cool and creepy of a ranger telling offhand stories of strange and terrifying moments he's had while working in a national park. That does sound pretty cool. Awesome Guy says, Happy Wheels. God! Not the 2012 nostalgia. Fuck! Stop making me feel old! I know I brought it up first, but stop making me feel old! Let's see. Luna Brand says, that website was how I found the game, I think, with all the political jokes and shit. Fair enough. Okami says, Lavender Town actually happened. Did it actually? Dude, I don't know. I just read, like, the one copy pasta back when I was a kid, and it's held a permanent space in the back of my brain every day. And it's not a creepypasta. It's more of, like, a failed creepypasta that became an internet meme. I think about man door, hand hook, car door, like, every day as well. Let's see. Awesome Guy says, I enjoy wartime stories. Understandable. Very cool. Yusen says, congregate, apprehend hacks, Newgrounds, the Holy Trinity. Absolutely. Warsaw P says, Dust 2 animation, or whatever the name of that CS stick figure animation was. Chris says, Tobuscus, do you feel old now? I have watched a decent amount of YouTube, like, video essays on the fall of Tobuscus. Dude, he's not in a good place right now. I do feel bad for him, but he's also, like, a terrible person, so I don't know. I don't feel that bad for him. Let's see. Awesome Guy says, have you heard about the Giants of Afghanistan? I have not. I have no idea. I also wanted to ask you guys if, like, just kind of on the vein of, like, our no sleep, creepypastas, things like that, do you have an irrational fear that kind of, like, lurks at the back of your mind? What's an irrational fear that, to this day, like, you're a grown-ass person, but you're still, in the back of your brain, you're like, what if a ghost is gonna suck my penis, you know? What if a ghost comes in the middle of the night and he rips off my penis? Like, it's a rational fear. I think. Oh, thank you for the head pats. I'm sorry I wasn't zoomed out enough for you to see the head pats. Here, I'll do it again for you, my friend. Yay! Awesome Guy says, I mean, my house is haunted, so I live it daily. I refuse to ever go to your house, Awesome Guy. I refuse. Thanks, though. And Gamer says, what is with you and penis possibilities? Maybe it's because I don't have a penis, but I just think that they're so funny. I just think it's such a ridiculous name, and I think the concept of the penis is just hilarious. I'm sorry that I always bring it up. I just think that they're funny. Ritz says Bloody Mary in the mirror. Like, what if? Oh my god! I have a story about that, actually. So, okay. When I was a little kid, I went to a sleepover. And at the sleepover, I will say this. When I was a little kid, I was very annoying, and other little kids didn't like me very much. But because I was in a neighborhood where there was a lot of little kids, and we lived right by a park, when I was a little kid, I lived right by a park, and so I lived in a neighborhood that had a lot of other little kids in there. So whenever someone had a party or something, pretty much the whole neighborhood... Oh, ads? Okay, I'll stop. I'll wait to tell my story. And I'll just make faces at you guys.
Because I'm pretty in my 3D model.
Oh. What happened? Usually those only happen when someone follows or something.
Oh! Yay! Thank you very much for subbing, Oreo.
I'll wait until everyone else gets out of ads for me to continue telling my story. I'll just make faces at you guys because I'm cute in my 3D May.
Ah!
Why are you guys throwing me? I'm trying to be cute. I can also do little kissies.
Mwah.
Warsaw P says, May's so puntable. Hey! What do you mean puntable? Come on. I'm not that puntable. More than anything, I'm a pretty little lady. Bitch. Oreozilla says, because throwing you is very cute, too. Hey. I guess as long as you're having fun with me, I'm not that mad about it. Jesus of Rock says, hello, milady. Whoa! Jesus of Rock! That's an awesome name. Nice to meet you. I hope that you're having a good day.
Thank you for being here. Hi.
Okay, I was waiting for ads to end to tell the story. Is everyone back from ads?
Are you guys back from ads?
Reggie says,
Hi, May. I love your beautiful face. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Warsaw says, I want an American football with May's face on it as merch. So that you can, like, kick me and throw me across a field. Honestly, I do think that would be pretty funny merchandise. The throwable May ball. Let's see. We back. Okay, I just want to make sure everyone's back from ads. I'll continue telling the story.
Meow, 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 meow.
Awesome guy says, my bathroom got remodeled a few weeks ago and I got new sink, new tubs, new shitter, and 3 seashells.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Congratulations on the new bathroom renovation. Okay, so everyone's back from ads. I'll continue telling the story. This is actually, so Ritz said that their, like, irrational fear, even as an adult, is like, what if Bloody Mary is still there? So, ponying off of what Ritz said, when I was a kid, I lived near a park, and so the neighborhood that I lived at as a little kid had a lot of kids in it. And I will be honest, I was a very annoying little kid. I had a
whiny little voice. I always kind of sounded like this. And why does nobody ever want to play with me?
I sounded like that. And so other kids didn't like me very much. Frangipan says, you best be careful. You're certainly in smooshing distance.
Mwah.
It's a good thing to be in smooching distance. But anyway, other little kids didn't like me. But because we had a very, like, tight-knit neighborhood, whenever there was a birthday party or anything like that, you pretty much had to invite all of the kids in the neighborhood. And so I was invited to a girl sleepover birthday party with all of the other little girls in the neighborhood. And they didn't like me very much. At a different party, they had locked me on the trampoline outside at nighttime. So while everyone else went inside to go to bed, I was on the trampoline for like 2 hours. And then I just decided to walk home. But that's not the story I'm trying to tell. This is about Bloody Mary. So anyway, at the party, we did Truth or Dare. And they dared me to go in the bathroom and do Bloody Mary. And me being like a 6 or 7-year-old girl, and also I was afraid of my own fucking shadow. I was terrified of literally everything on earth. Anything that you could be scared of, I was scared of. You sense a 6'7". 6'7". Why are we saying 6'7"? What's going on? Why are you 6'7"ing? What's going on? It's because I said 6 or 7. You motherfuckers. Hey! Stop 6'7"ing in my chat! Also, Classic Gamer, welcome to the church. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have a fun time. Anyway, they did Truth or Dare, and they dared me to go into the bathroom and do the Bloody Mary challenge. And of course, I'm shaking in my boots. I'm pissing my pants. I'm so fucking scared. And I'm like, Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. And when I did the third Bloody Mary, all of them started like banging on the walls and banging on the door, and banging on the walls, banging on the door, shaking the door handle, doing anything possible to scare the absolute ever-loving shit out of me. And I already had problems going to the bathroom at night, because one time I went to the bathroom at like 1 a.m. when I was a little kid, and my stepmom decided to scare me with the Scream mask from the movie Scream, the ghost face mask from the movie Scream. And so I was already so scared of going to the bathroom at that age that when that happened to me, I genuinely just started sobbing, and I laid down on the floor and I waited for death to take me. And to this day, I also am a little bit scared of Bloody Mary because of those asshole kids that tried to scare the fuck out of me. And so I didn't want to go to the bathroom at all when I was like 6 or 7, unless like my mom was in the next room over and I knew I would be safe, or my dad or something like that. I was just terrified to go to the bathroom like after 8 p.m., which was so bad because I always had a really late schedule. Stop 6-7ing! Stop! God damn it, you people. I can't tell a story about my childhood without you people going 6-7. Motherfuckers. Bunch of little shits, ain't ya? Brayra says, that's it. I'm adding 6-7 as a band term. Our savior, our savior. Let's see. Let me scroll up here because I know I missed some messages. But yeah, that's like another irrational fear that I kind of have in the back of my head. I know that Bloody Mary isn't real, but because of that experience, I like can't really go to the bathroom in the dark. Because like, what if? What if she was there? What if that did happen? Werewolf View says, why can May move so much? Something's off.
This is my 3D model. Hi.
Is it your first time seeing my 3D model?
It's me. Yay.
I'm just up close and personal because I like the angle of being up close. But you know what? I'm kind of thirsty anyway, so I'll take it as a reminder to drink. Oh, I'll take it as a reminder to drink water. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, Baby May went through a lot. Baby May went through a fucking lot. Oreozilla says, Bloody Mary is the way she is because she forgot her tampons. Hey, I feel you, sister. It happens to all of us. Klein says, Meow Meow being under your ass while you're on the toilet. Actually, so Meow Meow has scared the ever-loving shit out of me. If you guys have not seen my cat Meow Meow, she has a very gorgeous, long, luscious tail. And there was a time where Church IT Tech had to stay at his parents' house to help his grandma when his grandma was not doing very well. So I had to sleep by myself for a few nights. And one time I went up to go to the bathroom to go like shit at 3 a.m. or something, and then so I had to get up, go to the bathroom, poop at like 3 a.m. And I was on the toilet, half asleep, just sitting there. You know how you poop. You got your elbows on your knees. You're just leaning over. That kind of position. I had my eyes closed because I was pretty much half asleep still. Meow Meow has really soft, dainty footsteps, and she likes to announce her presence by going brrr, but she didn't do that. She did not go brrr. And so her tail ever so slightly dusted my ankles, and I almost kicked her. I didn't, but she scared me so bad that I was like, huh! And I jolted, and then she looked at me like, huh? I did not kick her, but she did scare the poop out of me. So that helped. Thank you, Meow Meow. Anyway. Brainrot says, my mom tried to scare me with Bloody Mary as a kid, but it didn't work on me. I wish that I was such a brave child. Brainrot was a brave child. I was not a brave child. I did not have the sense. I was just scared of everything. Werewolfview says, yeah, it's my first time seeing your 3D model. Oh, okay, look. I'll show you the full body then. The full May. It's a very cute little, it's a very, very cute model. I can do like a bunch of little poses. I can really show myself off. I think the 3D model is very, very cute. I really like it. I can also assert dominance over you people. I'm a big fan of my 3D model. The only reason that, I don't have any other alternate outfits for the 3D model yet, but I like getting outfits for my live 2D model, so I continue to do my live 2D models for all of my gaming streams, but for my chatting streams, I'll just do this, because I want a reason to use it as often as I can. Let's see. Also, something else I rather like about my 3D model. Oh! Well, you can throw me. That's an option. But I really like this particular angle. I think it's a very nice angle. Something about the shadow of the yiddies in the 3D angle is very appealing to me. As long as you look respectfully, you can look. You just have to be a little bit respectful about it. Looking meter, that's okay, as long as you're being respectful about it. You can look respectfully. Because I am looking respectfully. Let's see. Conquistador says, when I was a kid, cops were called after me being scared of monsters in the closet, and the only child in the household, he shot 50 rounds of 9mm into the closet. That is crazy. Children should never be in the same hole as guns. Arcanite says, I saw Meow Meow last stream, but there was no tail shown. Let me see if I have any photos of Meow Meow's tail. I might have one on my computer. I don't have any photos that show Meow Meow's tail on my computer. Church Itite, can you send me a photo of Meow Meow's tail so I could show it on stream? If you have any photos with Meow Meow's tail. Thank you. He'll send us a photo of Meow Meow's tail. So I can show it on the stream. Brainrun says, oh, I already read that one. Klein says, you don't have a Dakimakura to replace him? I don't have any Dakimakuras. I used to have a full, I had like, Costco sells these big-ass bears, and I did have a big-ass bear that I got from Costco, and I slept with it for like 5 or 6 years, but it got too gross after like 6 years, and so I didn't want to wash it because it's literally like a 5-foot bear, so I didn't want to clean it. Let's see. Bear says, I'm so used to 7TV emotes. I could enable them. I just don't know how to. Let's see. Chaos says, the moment you realize never people have read 100 books to get a personal pan pizza, and it shows. Did you read 100 books to get a personal pan pizza? And what was the book that they gave you for reading 100? What was the personal pan pizza that they gave you to read 100 books? That sounds kind of awesome, not gonna lie. Let's see. Did you find any photos of Meow Meow's beautiful, luscious tail? Yes! Okay. He sent us a picture of Meow Meow's beautiful, luscious tail. Let me pull it up for you guys. Yes! It's not the best picture. It's a picture where she's literally walking. But it is a photo of Meow Meow's tail.
Meow meow. Tail.
Okay, I'll pull it up on the stream now. Ooh. Where the hell did my OBS go? Sorry, I'm trying to show you guys a picture of my cat.
Image.
There it is. There it is. So this Meow. This is not the best picture, but Meow Meow has like this massive, gorgeous, fluffy tail. And so when she when she walked by me at 3 a.m. and it honestly just felt like a ghost passed through my ankles because her tail is just so long and gorgeous and fluffy. Could have punted her across the house. Awesome guy says, "Oh, look at that adorable car." You should hold on. Let me get a better picture of her then. This is my favorite photo to show of her. Her on Christmas. In her beautiful Christmas collar. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful baby. In her lovely Christmas collar. And there's also this one where she's playing Magic the Gathering. But I think that's a... Well, let's see. I don't know if she was supposed to have tapped that card. I don't know if Meow Meow knows how to play Magic the Gathering correctly. But that's okay. She's a very... she's a very smart cat. And this is my favorite emote in our Discord server. Meow Meow sniff. Now I'm just showing pictures of my cat. I just like my cat, guys. There's not a single thought behind those ears. You want to see the photo of Meow Meow wet and she looks like Gollum? Yeah, Meow Meow's pretty awesome. I like this thing. I had to wash her face because she got into something she wasn't supposed to. So now so she looked fucked up there. And this is the most recent Meow Meow.
My most recent Meow Meow. She's pretty awesome.
You can't see her tail in this photo either, but just trust me. She has a gorgeous, beautiful tail.
And now it's me again. Yay!
Oreos Alyssa's can't believe they show me wet pussy on stream. It's my cat! It's my cat! Don't make it sound like that! Let's see. Werewolfie says, that cat has to play some blackjack. I do not think that my cat is capable of playing any games of any sort. I love my cat. She's kind of stupid. Also, my cat is kind of a dog. She likes, you know, what are those little spiked rubber balls? Those little spiked, plastic. Those spiked plastic balls. Meow Meow loves running after those little spiked plastic balls. Ritz says, give us back Meow Meow, the true star of the stream. Token Prince says, Jetpack Cat cosplay for Meow Meow? Oh, maybe. Wait! Prince! Hi, Prince! Token Prince is my best friend of like, oh my god, how old are we? Prince, how old are we? When did we meet? We were like 11, so like 15 years? 15 years, I think? 15 years? Is it 15 or is it 16 years? I don't remember. But that's my best friend! Hi! Ah! I'm putting you in my mouth because I love you so much. Nom, 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 nom. That's me eating my best friend. Hi, Prince! It's so good to see you. How are you? Today we're just doing the Sunday sermon where we're just talking about some bullshit, but it's very good to see you. It's very good to see you. I love you so much. Actually, let's do something fun. Prince, do you have any childhood stories of us that you want to tell chat? My literal best friend of like 16 years. We met when we were like 11, and we have a photo of us when we were like 11. And we're wearing matching Death Note t-shirts that we got from Hot Topic. I will never I'm never gonna like show you guys a picture of me, but I love that photo so much because I wasn't allowed to have a scene kid phase, but Prince was allowed to have a scene kid phase. And so and so I to the best of my ability, I always tried my best to like dress a little bit how my best friend did because I wasn't allowed to be a scene kid, but Prince was. And so I always wanted to like match their aesthetic. Also, my hair is like stuck in my body. Ignore that. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. Yeah, I think I fixed it a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Awesome Guy says, Hot Topic is a topic I haven't heard of in a decade. I actually still... Okay, not to say I frequent Hot Topic or anything. I don't go there, like, every month. But whenever I do go to the mall, Hot Topic is still a frequent stop for me. And the last time I was there at Hot Topic, I actually saw a couple of Iron Mouse shirts. And I was like, wow! It's really crazy seeing and I felt this way in like 2011 about anime, but it's really interesting going to stores like Hot Topic and then seeing like what you feel like were your niche interest. But like they're just there, and Hot Topic is meant for things that are like popular, so it's interesting seeing like VTuber shirts at Hot Topic now. I think it really speaks for like how mainstream that VTubing has become as a topic in general. Brainman says, what's crazy is that Hololive has Funko Pops. It all goes back to the Funko Pop. It all goes back to the Funko Pop conversation at the beginning of stream. Awesome Guy says, I got a mug for my dad that has boobs. And you know what? Hell yeah. Good for your dad. I hope he gets to squeeze them whenever he has his morning coffee. Token Prince says, is the story about us breaking up over Vocaloid shipping still funny for you? Because it's still funny for me. It hurts. It hurts my brain. Okay, let me tell you guys about that. So, back when we were really young, stop fishing me, stop fishing me, stop fishing me, stop fishing me. I hate him, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. Okay, back when me and Prince were like 12 or 13, we were super addicted to DeviantArt. We were super addicted to like MMD on DeviantArt, and we were both heavily in our like Vocaloid phase. And so at the time, as you all know, as you've seen from my aesthetic, I was raised pretty hardcore Catholic, and because of that, I had some views. But back then, I was already attracted to girls, and I was really struggling with that. If you don't know, I'm a queer woman. I'm bisexual. And at that age, I had already recognized that I loved girls. I loved looking at girls. I loved like being around girls, and I had crushes on like girls in my class. I liked girls, and I had no idea how to feel about that. And at the same time, I was like full tilt, really hardcore into like my anime phase, my Vocaloid phase. Hatsune Miku was my queen of all time, and she still is. Some things stay the same no matter how old you get. And we were super hardcore into MMD and like making photos and like animations of our favorite ships or our favorite series and things like that. There was an entire community on DeviantArt for like making little photos. And so me and Prince were like making comics together on MMD DeviantArt. And so we were doing that from like ages 11 to like 14. And I was a really hardcore, and this is so fucking cringe. I know that this is such a cringe story, but I was really hardcore into like heteronormative ships. I didn't like Kaito x Miku because it was too mainstream, and so I was like, I'll ship Miku x Len because that feels right to me. And Prince, I don't remember what ship it was that Prince liked instead, but Prince, my best friend of like 16 years, was really into a different ship with, I think it was either Miku or it was Len, but it was a yaoi ship. And back then, as a young girl that was raised Catholic, it was Kaito and Len. Got it. Okay, thank you, Prince. Back then, as a young girl that was raised Catholic and dealing with a lot of internalized homophobia, I took that out on our Vocaloid ships back in the day. And so I was like, you're such a fucking sinner. How could you like a boy x boy ship that doesn't even like look good? And Prince, well, honestly, pretty woke 13-year-old was like, that's fucked up of you. That's a fucked up opinion. Like, you shouldn't feel that way. People are people. They're fictional characters. That's okay. I deserve to get thrown for that opinion. 13-year-old May deserves to be thrown for that opinion. But, like, I liked girls. I was dealing with a lot of internalized homophobia, and because of that, I really hated, like, yaoi and yuri in those years, because I was dealing with that with myself, and I had no idea how to reckon with it. And so, me and Prince, we had, like, a massive friend breakup that started because I didn't like the fact that they liked gay ships. And so And so we had like a massive friend breakup, and I'm cringing so fucking hard right now. We had a massive friend breakup, and at the end of the friend breakup, I was like, I don't know how to say this, but I think I'm I was okay. They were like my best friend, and so of course when you have a best friend, it just happens a lot. But at the time, I was like, I think I'm in love with you. And then we had this massive like friendship breakup, and I was like coming to terms with the fact that I like girls, and I thought that I was in love with my best friend, but I like wasn't. I was just super confused about all of my feelings. But the fact that we had a dude, this friend breakup was literally like, we didn't talk for like 8 months after this, and it started because of Vocaloid ships, and it spiraled into like my self-internalized homophobia, and it was it was so fucking weird. And then literally like 8 months later, we were like, that shit was kind of stupid, wasn't it? And I guess that was all the time that I needed for me to be like, yeah, I guess I'm pretty gay. Token Princess, yeah, I had a Junjo Romantical wall scroll and all. You had a Junjo Romantical wall scroll in the center on top of your bed. I think about that every now and then. Listen, my best friend, I have had a fair share of cringe in my life. You've seen this. I can't believe that you put your Junjo Romantica wall scroll on top of your bed in the middle of the wall. Junjo Romantica is not even that good. Of all of the queer shows, Junjo Romantica's at like the bottom of the list, TBH. Token Princess, I can't believe my parents didn't say anything. Yeah, that surprises me too, because your parents very much gave me the vibe that they would not be okay with that. Let's see. Rich says, current made a past Bay. You fucking donkey. I feel like that all the time. Whenever I think about past me. It hurts being a person. Oreo says, May, that wasn't your fault, and you don't deserve any hate. That was forced upon you by a religion started up by an entity that thinks itself a god. And you're right. There's many, many reasons why I am an ex-Catholic. But thinking about the fact that, like, Vocaloid ships is, like, what made me reckon with my own queerness, and we had, like, a massive friend breakup because of that, makes me want to pull off my skin by my fingers, you know? Oh, God. Token said, we had another friend who was in the chat at the same time and left mid-combo, too. I remember that. Oh, my God. Oh, man. The DeviantArt years were so fucking cringe. Was anyone in chat, were any of you ever obsessed with DeviantArt as a community? Because when I was younger, DeviantArt was like my whole life. This was before Tumblr really started hitting it off. This was before like Twitter really started hitting it off. We were so fucking addicted to DeviantArt. Do any of you have any kind of experience on DeviantArt? Prince, just because I know like you're my direct touch point here. What was your favorite DeviantArt story? Anubis God Drake says DeviantArt was the spot. It fucking was. It absolutely was. Okami says, I used to upload on DeviantArt. Me too. Xena Seal says, I used to regularly upload creepypasta art on DeviantArt. Oh, God. DeviantArt was such a fucking place, man. Oh, my God. Which says, God, what a throwback. Yeah, dude, that's what a lot of the stream has been today. We're in a nostalgia corner today. Token Prince says, our comics, to be honest, they got pretty popular. And I don't understand why. I was just writing the most basic fucking bog standard bullshit. And then I remember the cliffhanger that I left my stupid comment on, or my comment that I left it, my comic, I left it on a cliffhanger, and the cliffhanger was like someone pushed Kaito down the fucking stairs. I'm cringing so fucking hard at myself. Warsaw P says, nope, I just went there to goon. Dr. Graveling, World of Warcraft, Draenei art. God, the old years of DeviantArt. Crazy. Okami says, I used to upload a lot of My Little Pony and Femboy shit. Damn. That was definitely the age for it, dog. Token Princess, and we roleplayed in DeviantArt DMs too. Oh, we fucking did. And do you guys remember DeviantArt's like journal feature where you could write a journal about like anything you wanted on DeviantArt? I would do like I would make DeviantArt journals with like those edgy blingy gifs and be like, no one understands me. And then I would like put lyrics to like, dude, I don't even fucking know, some sad Vocaloid song because I wasn't allowed to listen to, like, My Chemical Romance. Oh, it hurts thinking about that age. It truly hurts. Oreo says, DeviantArt was my favorite place to go to for Godzilla art. Matt Frank, aka Kaiju Samurai, was my most favorite artist with Godzilla Neo for the longest time. And that's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty fucking cool. Twitchmon says, Treasure Planet, anyone? Church IT Tech loves Treasure Planet. Xena says, DeviantArt got so bad for me that my other friends and I message when other mediums existed. God, yeah, I was so obsessed with DeviantArt. Another thing about DeviantArt, Token Princess perfect for trauma dumping as 12-year-olds. Another story I have about DeviantArt was when I was like 13, 14. Again, if any of you ever have children, never give your children unfettered access to the internet. They will do stupid stuff. So, on DeviantArt, in our MMD community, Token Princess May hated the kind of music she makes now, by the way. Yeah, Princess totally right. Oh my god. Because I was like such a little like clean, grew up Catholic girl, I was like, I did not understand the heavy scene at all. Whenever Prince would be listening to like, you know, emo music, I would be like,
This doesn't even sound like music. How could you listen to this? It just gives me a headache.
Like, oh my god, I was so fucking annoying. I was so fucking annoying. And meanwhile, like, on my end, I'm Prince also liked Vocaloid, but meanwhile, on my end, I'm listening to, like, the most aggravating weeaboo music that you've ever heard in your life. I listened to, like, Hitalia character songs, and I thought that was real music. I had no fucking sense back then. It was ridiculous. Hitalia character songs, to me, was peak music. But anyway, I was gonna say, another thing about DeviantArt that I have a story to tell is that I was getting, like, fully catfished. I was getting fully catfished, and there was like a community around these twins on DeviantArt. They were called like Effie and Lan, and they were two Romanian twins, and they would like use the same account, but they would just like switch. They would just like tilde and like tag whoever was like typing in the comment to like with like either E or L. And Midori says hello. Oh my god! Hi Midori! How are you? I hope that you are having a fantastic day. How are you doing, Midori? I hope that you're doing well. I'm talking about cringe DeviantArt stories from my past. Because my best friend of 16 years is in the chat. So I thought it was the right time for that. But anyways, so oh my god, what was I fucking saying? I was like in love, like, okay. On DeviantArt, in the MMD community space, you like never showed your face. You never showed your face. You had what you would call your little like self-sona. And so my self-sona was like, I don't know, like my favorite color back then was red. So my self-sona was like a short model with brown and red hair with red clothes, and I had a little vest, that kind of look. And I was in love with Lan, who had like a blonde scene kid persona as his little MMD model. And listen, as an adult, I fully understand that it was just that one person, that one also probably a teenager, running that account pretending to be a boy and a girl for maximum attention. But I was like obsessed with the idea of this Romanian kid on DeviantArt. I was like so in love with his stupid self model, and they had a girlfriend named Mimo, And so we had like this weird love triangle with me and Mimo liked Lan, and Lan and Mimo were in a relationship, but like Effie was like messaging me, stringing me on, like, no, don't give up on Lan, like, you know. He likes you, he's just with Mimo, so and we can't do anything about that. And so it's like like now as an adult, I fully understand that it was just like one person LARPing being two people. I get that. It's just so fucking cringe when I think about it, and it hurts. It hurts. Oh god. Anyway, Rikti-kun says, "Hi, Sister May. Please give me a blessing today. May you be blessed, Rikti-kun. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, thank you." Let's see. I was telling my story, so I'm a little bit behind on the chat. Let me scroll up. Ritz says, "My kids will be watched like a hawk. I'm not letting them become like the kids of now. I do not think children should have unfettered access to the internet. Me, as a person, was a mistake." Beerrod says, "A metal hater? You were one of those?" Yes, I was. And it was because I was just such a convoluted little kid. Don't even fucking worry about it. Welcome to the Church Grimwall Football. Oh, your name rhymes. Welcome to the Church Grimwall Football. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Thank you very much for being here, my friend. Let's see. Xena says, "I am a full-fledged Catholic, but I had an alt dad and I had unrestricted access as a kid, so fair enough. I wish that my dad allowed me to listen to whatever music I wanted. I had to settle for Vocaloid and K-pop." Oriosela says, "You know what's funny? My mother's side of the family, the Catholic side, was more open to the stuff I enjoyed like Godzilla and all that, but because all of my aunts and uncles, and most of my aunts, mom included, watched anime, Star Wars, Star Trek, Godzilla, metal music, and all of that. My father's side of the family was the least tolerant side of my family tree. None of my family understood fucking anything that I was into as a teenager, but except one of my aunts. I had one cool aunt named Tony, and she fucking rocked. But the thing that I cringe about is that when I was 12, I was also super obsessed with Vampire Knight. I loved Vampire Knight, and my aunt was like, "Oh, my little niece loves anime. I guess I'll watch the anime that she really likes." And so she watched Vampire Knight like 3 years later when I was 16, and she was like, "Wow, Monkey, that show was so good. I actually really liked Vampire Knight." And I'm like, I don't want you to like Vampire Knight. It's actually really bad. Yusen says, "Normies in 2010 are way different than normies in the 2020s, not gonna lie. The only people I know that say metal is in music now are super old." Super fair, super fair. Midori says, "Hi, my Pookie. I'm good. I need to style my wig for con." Oh! Are you going to Level Up Expo, Midori? I'll see you there then. Yay! I'm not, like, cosplaying or anything. I'm just going to, like, go to the artist alley for a couple hours and leave, because that's all I ever do at conventions. But I'll see you there. Yay! Awesome Guy says, "Currently on the road right now. Decided to take my 1970 Chevrolet Nova SS out for a drive since it's nice. Bye! Drive safe! Thank you for coming! I'll see you later, and thank you for chatting while you could." Let's see. Sebi League also says, "Hi. Hi, Sebi! How are you?" Let's see. Rick-kun says, "I guess she doesn't remember me. It's understandable. I was gone for a long time." I'm sorry, Rick! If you have any inside jokes that I might remember, please do let me know. Token Prince says, "A pretty big hater too." Oh yeah, we were absolutely haters. Yusen says, "When did you get into metal?" Genuinely, like 2 years ago. Genuinely, like 2 years ago. My dad moved away like 3 years ago, and somewhere around that time, I realized like, I can't fucking get in trouble for anything anymore. I can do whatever I want. I can listen to whatever I want. And listen, like, I don't smoke, I don't drink, like, nothing of the sort. I got into metal, like, a year before I started streaming. So, I guess almost more like 2.5, almost 3 years. Because I started streaming a year and a half ago. So, I got into metal, like, a year before I started streaming. And I kind of just, I don't know. I'm not even entirely sure why I formed my whole branding around metal. I just like it. I like listening to music. I think it's a really interesting genre, and I love being able to test myself as a musician with extreme vocals because it's all really fascinating, and I really like it. But anyway, thank you for... That's a good question. Thank you, Yusen. Yusen says, 2 years? 3? Maybe. Zena says, better late than never, actually.
Yeah, yay!
Yusen says, 2 years, and you're already kicking ass with your original music. Thank you. I appreciate the kindness, but I'm okay, I guess. I'm pretty alright. Let's see. Okami says, sometimes it just clicks. Brainrot says, you make a pretty damn good metal vocalist. Thanks. Except you guys were comparing me to a screaming cat going, meow, last night. In which case, fuck you. Awesome Guy says, alright, I'll be back. See you later. Thank you for coming in and chatting while you could. Let's see. Twitchmon says, by the way, should be arriving on Tuesday. Yay! I hope you enjoy your package. Let's see. May the cat.
Yeah, meow.
Something like that. Meow. 2 things can be true at once, May. That I sound like a screaming cat when I when I do my fry vocals, I guess. Warsaw P says, a spider just walked over your face, May, on my screen. Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Get it! Actually, hold on. I'll eat it. Did I get the spider? Erlang Shen says, nothing wrong with a screaming cat. That's like 90% of my favorite grindcore vocalists. Yay! Brainrot says, just eat it. Free protein. Isn't there like a study where like in your lifespan, you will eat approximately like 30 spiders or something? Raphon says, fry vocals. Could you supersize those fries? Nah, I'm just gonna put the fries in the bag. I'm gonna just put the fries in the bag. Whatever. Let's see. Warsaw P says, no, spiders are friends. They kill flies and shit. That doesn't mean I'm not scared of spiders. I once didn't sleep in my room for like 3 days because I saw a spider on the wall. And I was like, well, that's the spider's room now. I'm not going in there. Meat Saint says, hi, May. Ah! Hello, Meat. If you guys do not know, Meat Saint is another metal vocalist VTuber. Meat Saint also just released their first original metal song. It's about like headaches. And as a migraine sufferer, I totally understand. Your first original song was amazing, Meat Saint. Please do check it out. Last I looked, it had like around 300 views. As I said when I released my first song, please continue looking after small artists. Because looking after and appreciating small artists is the reason that small artists are able to make more music. So please do check out her first original song. She's doing an absolutely wonderful job. Sebeli says, May sleeping on the floor in front of her room. I slept on the couch for like 3 days because there was a spider in my room, and I was like, That's the spider's room now. I'm not going back in there. Slipknot Guy says, I hope you're doing well, May. Thank you. I hope you're doing well as well, Slipknot Guy. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Yay! Let me scroll up because I know for sure I missed some messages. I know like Midori said something else and I want to see what her other message was. La 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 la. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Let me see. Midori says, yeah, I'm causing as my VTuber. Yay! I will look out for the Midori Kaida cosplayer, though, then. And I'll know that is you. And I'm sure that you're going to look absolutely wonderful, Midori. Token says, print out a picture with me and take it with you. Yay! I will. First, I have to buy a printer. I refuse to buy a printer. Printers? Those motherfuckers break if you breathe or look at them the wrong way. So, I don't own a printer. I have to go to the nearest, like, Walgreens or something and print out a picture of you so I can take it to the con. Anubis says, I have Vampire Knight and VK Guilty on DVD still. Man. God. Man. But the opening to Vampire Knight, though, still goes. Still fucking goes. It's hard. I love the Vampire Knight opening. Okami says, every time an old person or a person in general tells me that metal's not music, I growl on their face and I leave. Understandable. Where's up? He says, next Sunday I'm going to a concert with my mom to see Susie Quattro live, one of the OG female hard rock vocalists. That's awesome! I hope that you have a fantastic time at your concert. That's sick. Let's see. I'm catching back up on chat because I'm super behind. Okay. Also, thank you for the sip check. I will do that. Meat Saint said, I bet the spiders just like you a lot. I don't want the spiders to like me. What if the spiders like me so much and they want to crawl in my mouth and they want me to eat them? I don't want spiders in my mouth. That's like a nightmare scenario. That's actually the last thing that I want. Please, no spiders in my mouth. I would hate that. Anyway. Slipknot guy says, mine is pretty It's a self-disliking kind of day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Here, pretend. Hold on. I'm gonna point, and then I'm just gonna put my... I'll put my hand like this. Pretend I'm like patting you on the head. Or pretend I'm booping you on the head. Hold on. Like this. Pretend I'm patting you on the head. Sorry, I don't have a better hand toggle. But I'm patting you. I hope that you feel better soon, Slipknot guy. Those kinds of days are never fun, but you'll get through it. Listen, you've made it through 100% of your worst days so far, so you'll make it through this one as well. You'll be okay. Mwah. Let's see. Brimross says, printers are a scam. M-Gamer says, screw printers. Julia says, black and white laser printers are nice. Inkjet? Hell no. I don't know, man. I fucking hate printers. The printer at my goddamn job is one of them printers that if you look at it the wrong way, it decides, fuck you, actually. It's a piece of shit printer. I hate that fucking thing. I refuse to buy a printer. I'll just go to Walgreens for the rest of my life. Julia says, I had an HP inkjet, and if you don't use it for about 2-3 months, the ink head will clog and you have to buy new ink carts. Oh, that's evil. That's evil. Oreozilla says, I should buy a 3D printer and print a heavy metal May figure. Only issue? I can't scope work the damn. That would be awesome! I would like a 3D printer to 3D print endless figures of myself. That would be awesome. If anyone knows how to do that, please. I would love to see it. Alan says, also, May, your breath stinks. You need to brush your teeth. What do you mean? You don't want my hot breath all over your face? Hold on. If you think my breath is stinky, I'll just breathe straight on you. Even stick my tongue out for it. Garlic, 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 garlic. Garlic, garlic, garlic. I hope your room smells bad. My breath does not stink, though. Thank you. Julia says, I got a laser printer and it comes with a limited starter cart. The starter cart lasted 2 years. Hey, that's pretty nice, though. Erlang Shen says, most of the metal guys in my team at work are like 50 plus, actually. Salaryman dev metal fans. I was listening to, oh my god, I can't remember the song. Slipknot's Eyeless, I think? And I was leaving the parking lot, and I was playing the song on my phone, and the office manager saw me, and she goes, that kind of day, huh? And I was like, no. Token Princess says, I think it's like 30 spiders a year, but I also think that study is probably not accurate. I sincerely hope that I am not eating 30 spiders a year. I would kill myself. Druggy says, finally done working for the day. Hi, Druggy! I hope that you had a good day at work. Thank you for popping in, and I hope that you're able to get some rest for now. How about, what are you going to do for the rest of your day, my friend? Are you going to organize your magic binders, perhaps, in preparation for MagicCon? Oreozilla says, what if it was just a giant demon spider that was just looking for a good time, if you know what I mean? I do not want a spider looking for a good time in my mouth. Thank you very much. I would prefer it, honestly, if most spiders stay the fuck out of my house. Maybe the fuck out of my life, even. That would be great. Houston says, spiders smaller than the size of my finger are fine, but I'm never going to Australia. Me neither. However, the production of the Phantom of the Opera at the Sydney Opera House is tempting me to go to Australia. Would I ever be able to financially afford going to Australia, though? No. Let's see. Awesome guy says, a giant race of spiders used to be around, big as a mastiff. Didn't like in the, what's it called? What was the dinosaur age called? Was it like the Jurassic age or the Tyrannosauric age or something? Weren't all bugs like fucking massive back then because we had more oxygen on Earth or something? Something like that, if I remember right. Hi, Pumpty! Hello, my friend! I hope that you were having a fantastic day. Welcome in. Zena still says, it's past 7:45 a.m. for me, so I need to sleep. Bye-bye, Aunt May. Good night, Zena! Thank you for hanging out while you could. Go to sleep, little baby. Thank you for being here while you could. I hope that you were having a fantastic day. Slipknot guy says, I appreciate it massively. Plus other things happen. It's making me a bit more sadder, but I'll make it. Exactly. Like I said before, you've survived 100% of your worst days. You will survive this one too. I believe in it, and I hope that your week gets better. Awesome guy says, all right, I'm gonna head out to the house. Shouldn't take me long. Bye, awesome guy. See you soon. Yippee, 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 yippee. Let's see. Let me scroll down because I know I'm super behind. Pyrrha says, you can see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. Okabe says, you could just answer it yes, it's just one of those days. That's true. I don't know. I'm kind of like shy about my interests at work. If somebody asks me a question, I'm just like, hey, don't worry about it. Don't ask me questions. Like, I have my wallpaper, my home screen wallpaper on my phone is May, and I had to, my colleague asked like, oh, can I see something on your phone? And I was like, oh, sure. And so I pulled out my phone, and of course my home screen is May, and he goes, who's the hot anime chick on your screen? And I genuinely went, don't worry about it. And that was the end of the conversation. I'm sure that you guys probably can't imagine me being that succinct in any way, but genuinely, don't worry about it. That was it. Conversation's over. I do not want you knowing about the hot anime chick on my phone. Classy Robin says, it's been 84 years since May has been said hi to me. I'm sorry, I missed your messages. Hi, Robin! Hello. Here, I'll give you 2 hands. Hi, Robin! It's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for popping in. I hope that you are doing wonderfully. And it's good to see you. Let me see. Chris says, I remember seeing Nardwar interview Slipknot, and it caught me saying, card here in Clown saying, doo-doo. Let me see. Let me scroll down because I'm super behind. Token Prince says, okay, I love you so much. I'll drop by again soon. I can hear my niece breaking things in the other room, so I gotta go handle that. Oh! Bye, Prince. It was lovely seeing you. I miss you very much. I don't know if I'll be able to afford it this year, but I'll come visit your state when I can, or you can come visit mine. And I love you very much, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye, Prince. I love you. Ah! If you guys didn't know, that was my best friend of 16 years. They popped into my chat today. Okay. Let's see. DBS Gunner says, hi, May, how are you? I'm good, Gunner. How are you doing today? Oreos Ella says, what about the Arachne race of the sexy spider women from Monster Musume? Okay, the sexy spider women from Monster Musume, I think that the Arachne race is the sexiest race in Monster Musume. The spiders, by far the sexiest monsters in that show. The worst, the birds. I did not like the birds in Monster Musume. Let's see. Meat Saint said, Tyrannotastic age. Tyrannotastic age? Is that what I said? I don't know. I don't know shit. I don't know fuck about dinosaurs. It's whatever. Let's see. Okami says, I think Okami was making a Limp Bizkit reference.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of those days. Everybody sucks.
Where's, let's see.
Salvi.
Custer Robin says, hi, May. Hi, Robin. I don't know if you saw it, but I did say hi to you with both of my hands. Hi, Robin. I hope that you're doing well, my friend. It's nice to see you in chat again. Let's see. Hi, Lunar. Hello, everybody. I hope that you are all having a fantastic day. Classy Robin says, your best friend of how long? 16 years. We met each other on OMG Pop, and we were stupid 11 and 10-year-olds, and because she's a year younger than I am. And so I think I genuinely like sent her my address over an OMG Pop chat,
And I was like, this is how far I live. And she was like, oh my God.
You live 7 minutes away from me. And it's a good thing that Prince was also a dumbass fucking 11-year-old. Or else that would have been really bad news for like 10-year-old May. Let's see. Dragon says, I'm going Lamia from Monster Musume. Understandable. Yusen says, oh no, Monster Musume. I remember the years. I remember the years when I wholeheartedly liked ecchi anime still. Yusen says, did you ever watch High School DxD? I did. But I barely remember anything about it because my ecchi anime loving phase was when I was like 13, 14, when I had a lot of hormones. Classy Robin says, wow, May's old. Where'd you get off on saying that, huh? Where'd you get off on telling me that I'm old, huh? Huh? Oh, shit! I was busy being angry. Ah!
Hello, everybody.
My name is May! It's good to see you all. Oh my god, where do I begin? Hi, Raiders. My name is May, as in Heavy Metal May. I stream 4 nights a week here on Twitch. And if you cannot stick around for the stream today, I also make original music on YouTube. But today is the Sunday sermon where we are just yapping and talking about bullshit. And you are more than welcome to come in here and start yapping about whatever you'd like. If not, I understand, and that's totally fine too. I hope that you are all doing fantastic. Zaf, what were you streaming? How was your stream? I hope that you had a fantastic stream today.
Hello.
I hope that you all are doing fantastic. It's lovely to see you all. My name's May. We're just yapping today, and I hope that you are all doing fantastic. Egg says, hey yo, hi Egg. How are you, my dear? I hope that you are all doing fantastic. Let's see. Zaf says, I was busy being angry. Story of a musician's life. Yeah, just about. Mo says, you're so cute, I can't stand it. Well, stand in general, but my heart melts whenever you giggle.
Stop. I'm just a little guy, but thank you.
Let's see. Oreozilla says, enjoy the stream. Don't hesitate to goon. That too. Zaf says, don't DMCA me for playing your song. What?
Were you listening to my... Were you listening to the Deliverance? Thank you.
If you guys do not know me or anything like that, my first ever original song is called Deliverance. And if you listen to it, I hope you like it. Gamer Green says, Zaf said you bite if we bad. That's right. Have you not seen all of my mouths? There's plenty of mouths to bite you with. I got my tummy mouth to bite you with. I got my booby mouths to bite you with. I even got some leg mouths to bite you with if you're being that bad. Let's see. And then there's also, I don't know if you could see on my 3D model very well, but there's an under eye mouth too that I could bite you with. Plenty of options here. Plenty to bite you with. So if you're gonna be here, you gotta be good. Zaf said, we were playing the second Slay the Spire today. Ooh, that sounds like fun. I hope that you were having a fantastic time with slaying the Spire. Yippee! Church IT Tech and his friends were actually playing the board game to Slay the Spire at our place for most of the week. That's why on both on my Tuesday and my Thursday stream, I started the stream by being like, hey, there's people in my house. Don't make me say anything weird. But I said anything weird anyway. Let's see. Zaf says,
It's a good song.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you for thinking such nice things about my original song. To the Raiders, if you decide to check out my song, please do leave a little comment and let me know how you feel about it. It would mean a lot to me. It was my first ever original, so I put a lot of time, effort, energy, and my whole ass pussy in it. So please listen to it. Gamer Green says, what if I want biting? Well, I have a bunch of mouths, so you're not strapped for choice here. Let's see. Gamer Green says, he made us watch your song when it was released. It was so good. Well, thank you very much, Zaf. You are very, very sweet. Actually, Zaf gets a little kiss from me. Hold on. Hold on. Thank you very much, Zaf. I appreciate you for liking my song and for showing it to other people. That's very kind of you, and I appreciate you very much.
Drunken said, language? You kiss your ass with that mouth? Well, actually, I can't bend for shit. I'm the least flexible woman in my life. So I can't kiss my own ass with that mouth. You could kiss my ass, though. Zav says, she's trying to vor me. Ow. Why do you think my mouth's so big? Ow. Let's see. Sebi Leak says, can I get a good night song? Of course. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, little baby. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Goo goo gaga time for you. I could also kazoo it for you. I won't do the whole thing, but you get the picture. I also have a slide whistle. Your choice. M Gamer said, no! Too late. I already kazooed it. Let's see. Zeph, if you need to do your after stream ritual, don't feel pressured to stick around for the Sunday sermon. You're more than welcome to relax as you normally would on your time off. Don't feel pressured to stay. If you do, I hope you enjoy hanging out here. But also, I hope that you have a wonderful after stream ritual, no matter what it is that you do. Zap says, I don't need food. That's okay, my friend. Thank you for leading your raiders here to my little sanctuary. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. Bye, Zap. Thank you. Oh, shit. I hit the wrong toggle. I meant to wave to you. I didn't mean to bust it down. Ah! Bye. Bye, Zap. Thanks for raiding me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I appreciate you very much. Okay, my friends. If you are just coming into the stream, or we've been here for a hot minute, what else do you guys want to talk about? Do you guys have anything interesting as a part of your week? Anything that you guys would like to yap about? We yapped about quite a few things today. We yapped about Funko Pops. We yapped about creepypastas. We yapped about Newgrounds. We yapped about DeviantArt. A lot of old internet things. What else? We yapped about quite a lot. A lot of nostalgia-based topics today. Let's see. Brainrouse says, aliens. Oh my god, my mom is obsessed with aliens. So, my mom is one of the kinds of people where, it's not like she's like an alien hunter or anything, but she definitely believes in aliens more than the average person who doesn't think about aliens much would. So she, whenever there's like lights in the sky or something, like in Vegas, we have these helicopter tours that you can ride over the entire city or like on your way to the Grand Canyon, anything like that. But whenever she sees the helicopter tours, she's always like, what are those lights in the sky? What do you think those lights in the sky are? Do you think that it could be aliens? Extraterrestrial life? And every single time, I'm like, no, Mom, those are the helicopter tours. You see them literally every single night. Let's see. Sebi Leak says, did you get inspiration for your model from Deidara from Naruto? My inspiration from my model was I sent a Pinterest board full of stained glass windows to my concept artist, and I said, I want a model that looks like stained glass windows. And they said, bet. So that's kind of how the nun aesthetic came to be. I really like stained glass windows. I wanted a very stained glass windowy kind of aesthetic. So that's why there's so many little panels and etchings in my outfit. The little lily on my chest is meant to be like a stained glass window. I just like stained glass windows. I like them a lot. Class Rob says, to be fair, Nevada is a hotspot for paranormal shit. I mean, we do have Area 51, but I don't know. I believe that if we as humans, if we have had contact with extraterrestrials, I don't think that we're like storing them in some government facility. I also don't think that extraterrestrials would want to be around humans because we kind of suck ass, to be honest. Zebby Leak says, we in Area 51 love your channel. Well, if you're an alien and you're watching my stream, hey, thanks. You should confirm to me whether or not you're real so I can tell my mom. Jake says, we gotta have our little conspiracy theory. Well, okay. What's everyone's conspiracy theory then? What is your main conspiracy theory? I actually don't really know if I have a conspiracy theory that I personally ascribe to. I don't really think I do. Classy Robin said, the aliens should also stream Deliverance. That's true. You should beam it to the far reaches of the galaxy. Sebi Leak says, oh no, I already read that one. Brainman says, have you ever heard of the Area 51 plane? I don't think I have. What are you talking about? Is it like a plane that landed in Area 51? I do not know. Also, I'm gonna take a sip of my water real quick. Give me a sec. Me thirsty. Jake says, Deliverance, #1 metal single in Alpha Centauri. That would be quite awesome. Let's see. Sebi Leak says, you saved this planet for now, and your voice is pretty. Yay! I can't believe that I brought world peace. This nun brought world peace. With a T-pose. That's how it works. Boop. Let's see. Okami says, I don't like conspiracy theories, but the last time I believed one was the Epstein files, and they came out, and they confirmed like 110% of them. Understandable. Dragon said, speaking of aliens, I've been listening to a lot of those stories on YouTube of humans being a part of like an intergalactic group with several different types of aliens. I don't know if I like could ever believe that. I don't know. I think when it comes to the topic of aliens, if they're truly out there, I think that they're not gonna want shit to do with humanity. Because I think that humans, a vast majority of us, kinda suck. So I think that if aliens are out there, they're probably gonna stay their 9 million light years away. But that's what I think. Brainrun says, there's one plane at the airport that only takes workers to and from Area 51. Oh, that's kind of cool. Is it like an army plane? Because if so, that's pretty cool. Warsaw P says, I mean, the biggest one turned out to be true, and at this point, I don't discount almost any conspiracy theory. Everything at this point is a psyop. And you know what? That's pretty true. The pole man does have a point. M-Gamer says, the world was saved by a metal-loving nun. The prophecy came true. I'm glad to be able to have a hand in the prophecy. Dragon says, there's just good stories to listen to for an hour or two at a time. It's like an audiobook for me. Have you tried out Dungeon Crawler Carl? I've been wanting to listen to the Dungeon Crawler Carl audiobook because a lot of people have been telling me that Dungeon Crawler Carl is like really fun. A really fun series to get into. I just haven't gotten around to it. Let's see. Axel says, hi, I see you got a new 3D model. Yeah, so I didn't get it today. My 3D model is actually from, I think it was my last stream in March. My last stream in March was me revealing the 3D model. So I've been streaming with it for a little bit under a month now. But thank you. I hope that you like it. Dragon says, I don't know what that is. It's like it's a novel series. It's like a science fiction novel series, I believe. Let's see. Classy Robin says, I think aliens are 100% responsible for Atlantis. Not only that, but a lot of ancient civilizations were more advanced than us, and ancient cave drawings of UFOs. I think that it's always just been, not to discount your theory, I think anyone is, if you want to believe in any conspiracy theory, you're more than welcome to. I personally just think that humans have always been a very speculative species. We love thinking about things that we don't understand or we don't know the answers to. So I don't know if I believe in extraterrestrials, but I think that like the cave drawings where people are like, they were drawing extraterrestrials, I don't think that was because they saw extraterrestrials. I think that was because it's just human nature to speculate about things that you don't know or you don't understand. But that's just like what I think. That does not have to be, you know, in any way, shape, or form what you guys have to think anyway. That's just me. That's just how I feel. Let's see. Crossy Robin says, my coworker just talked to me about Dungeon Crawler Carl. One of my colleagues has been telling me about Dungeon Crawler Carl for months now, and it does seem good. Axel says, and now I'm kind of wondering what program you use this for. I am using, so my 3D model, I'm using a combination of iFacial mocap on my phone, ported through VC Face, and then my Warudo is connected to my VC Face. So I'm using iFacial mocap, VC Face, and Warudo. And then for like making all of my colors and my background blend together, I'm using Shoost. Warsop B says, I think extraterrestrial life exists, but not in the forms we expect, and so often so far away in space and time that it's probably physically impossible for us to truly meet. Imagine one civilization per galaxy. That's billions of civilizations, each too far to reach each other. I agree. I 100% agree. Awesome Guy says, I have a ghost show on YouTube that I can tell isn't fake because they don't use dumb sound effects when they apparently caught something on camera. I used to be really big into ghost files, but then Watcher had their big thing with, you know, like the paid, what's it called, like streamer website, and I kind of fell off of them from there, and so I stopped watching like all their series pretty much. Let's see. Sebi Leak says, that weird drawing in sand, how are they called? I forgot. Like crop circles? Or like hieroglyphics? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Truckin says, do you know the difference between conspiracy theories and truth? About 10 years. And you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Let's see. Warsaw B says, ancient aliens is kind of a racist theory. These people couldn't do these awesome things, so of course they needed help from aliens. They were too dumb to do it themselves. I feel like that's also a fair stance. I feel like that's very fair. I think that there was probably ancient civilizations that had tons of incredible, advancements in technology and science and general life. And people just have a hard time thinking that old civilizations could be so advanced without some kind of other help, when in reality, they were just built different. Oreo says, I think that the government is hiding extra testiculars from us. Awesome Guy says, one episode in the UK Ghost Hunters, they were in an old church, and in live time you could see a hooded figure sit in a pew. That sounds pretty cool. That would make me poop my little pants. Axel says, I apologize if I'm going to ask that question again. It's likely I'm going to forget about that answer. That's okay. It's okay. I tell people all the time what I'm using. It's no problem. Frangipane says, I'm a sleepy little guy. May I snuggle the beautiful lady? Of course. I like snuggles. Thank you very much for calling me a beautiful lady as well, Frangie. I hope that you are having a lovely day. Let's see. Brainross says, Ghost Adventures seems so fake to me, but it is pretty funny. There's a lot of Ghost Adventure episodes that are like set in casinos in Vegas, and I still haven't gone to like any of those casinos. Let's see. Okami says, the pyramids are not made by aliens. The pyramids were made by Mexicans. Hell yeah! Brainross says, as for the Area 51 plane, it's a normal plane that's white with a red stripe, and it goes by Janet Airlines. Huh! I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Hi, Nacho Goblin! How are you, my friend? I hope you are having a lovely day. Axel says, though, there was an actual anime called Nazca where that one frame was reused and Malcolm in the Middle. Really? I don't know about that. Alan says, nah, they were definitely hiding demi-humans and different animal girls from us like cat girls. Ooh, that's fair. Government, show us the cat girls. We need to see them. Let's see. Frangie says, of course I'll call you beautiful lady. It is how I perceive you. Yay! Awesome Guy says, Las Vegas isn't a place to go anymore. It's just a former shell of itself. And I understand that. I live here, though, so I don't really have a choice. Alan says, though, I think they might let one of them out. Am I right, May? Oh, you know. Yeah. Let's see. Let me check on something on my end real quick. Let me see what's going on with my following and stuff. Let me check who is on today. I'm not gonna raid you guys out yet, but I am just doing a little preliminary check and seeing what's going on. Sorry. I'm thinking really quick. I am looking at my following and seeing who's on. Seeing if there's anyone that's celebrating anything. Sorry. I have a little yawn in me, it seems. Okay. Cool. All right. Sorry, I had to look something real up. Look at things real quick. Okay. Let's see. Rayron says we're stuck in hell. Honestly, he's probably right about that one. He's probably right about that one because I fuck our stupid Chungus lives. Fuck our stupid Chungus lives. There's always terrible shit that happens. Let's see. Awesome guy says Mothman. Now Mothman. If Mothman was real, that would be a pretty awesome conspiracy theory that would be confirmed. I would fuck with Mothman being real. Let's see. Is that like everyone's like... I've asked about cryptids before, but it seems like Mothman seems to be the most popular, like, cryptid. And at least in this chat, at least, everyone's going crazy for the Mothman up in here. What about the nun lady, huh? If there's a Mothman, there's a nun lady out there. The truth is real. Let's see. Slickton just says, Hi, May, how are you? I'm good, Slick. How are you doing today? It's good to see you, my friend. Hello. It's good to see you. Zebeleek says, what if May is an alien cat girl who was sent from her planet to take Earth? Actually, there's a musical called Ride the Cyclone. And there's a song called, I think it's called, was it Space Bachelor Music Man? Hold on. Let me look up the title of the song. Space Bachelor... It was Space Age Bachelor Man. But one of the songs in the musical Ride the Cyclone. So Ride the Cyclone is a musical where a bunch of kids have died on a roller coaster. And all of the songs in the musical are each of the kids detailing why they should be the one who gets a second chance at life. And there's one guy who, his song is about how he didn't have a chance to live his sci-fi dreams, and he's a space-age bachelor man. And in his fantasy, there's sexy cat women from the planet Zolar, and in the background of the song, the sexy cat women from planet Zolar are going, meow, meow. Ride the Cyclone is a very fun musical. I like it quite a lot. And he has to breed the sexy cat women aliens from planet Zolar. Let's see. Let me look here. Slickton just says, I'm well. Tomorrow we lock back in on the gym, starting a new routine and completely new to me. That sounds wonderful, Slick. I hope that you have a good time with your, I hope you have a good time with your new gym routine. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. Let's see. Awesome guy says, who here's seen Fifth Element? Like the movie Fifth Element? Or, the movie Fifth Element? Or, oh no, that's a song. There's a song I think called like The Sixth Element. That's very silly. Slickton just says, what the fuck am I hearing? Oh, about the musical Ride the Cyclone? Dude, that musical is awesome. I don't know how many people will have the opportunity to see that musical, because it's like an off-Broadway production, but Ride the Cyclone is genuinely such an interesting musical. And it's one of those musicals where there's not a lot of scenes that aren't sung in song. So you could just listen to the soundtrack of Ride the Cyclone and you can completely understand the musical. So if you just like want to listen to a musical and like learn the story, you can totally listen to the entire story of Ride the Cyclone and you'll be able to like understand the entire musical. Warsaw B says, Fifth Element, fuck yeah, my top 5 movie ever, GOAT. Isn't that one, I See Dead People? The I See Dead People movie that the little kid was in? If I remember right. Let me see. Awesome guy says Stallone and Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man. I actually just watched the Blade movies for the first time, like this year and last year. And that was such... The Blade movies were so fucking fun. I have no idea how I had, like, never been told about the Blade movies before, but those ones are fucking awesome. I really like Blade. Blade is awesome. Warsaw Pieces? No, that's Sixth Sense. Oh, I see. Classy Robin also said that's a Sixth Sense. I'm sorry. I don't know my movies, apparently. Nacho Goblin says, anyone seen Spaceballs? Yes, I have seen Spaceballs with Rick Moranis. I remember Spaceballs. So I was not, like, the primary audience for Spaceballs because I didn't grow up liking Star Wars or anything. But my brother, my half-brother, when he came down from his state to hang out with me for a week or two, when we were kids, he wanted to rent Spaceballs, and my dad didn't really give a shit. So we rented Spaceballs, and I think Spaceballs was like one of the first PG-13 comedy movies that I ever watched. I wasn't particularly like fond of it because I didn't grow up on Star Wars, so I didn't understand a lot of the references, but I do remember it being funny. Oriozilla says, Spaceballs is getting a sequel, by the way. Oh, I didn't know that. Good for them, good for them. And by them, I mean anyone who likes Spaceballs. Let's see. Warsaw P says, Fifth Element is a sci-fi movie with Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich and Chris Tucker in the best role of his career. Cool. I have never seen that movie. I mixed up the movie with a different movie. So I truly had no idea. Very cool, very cool. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see. Riley says, hee balls. True. Awesome Guy says, Sir, the radar, it appears to be jammed. Raspberry only. One man in the universe dare give me my Raspberry Lone Star. I assume that you are referencing the movie. Who told you? I only follow peeps under 5 feet. Who told you? Who told you? And why have you come to my stream today? How dare you?
Oh, what is it, Meow Meow? What, you want to say hi to chat? Want to say hi? So you can say hi to chat, Meow Meow? Want to say hi?
She did not say hi. Well, she kind of did. Just took a second.
Want to say hi to chat, Meow Meow?
She's done now. I only follow peeps under 5 feet says, I always know. You better keep my name out your goddamn mouth. I'm kidding. Welcome to the church. Everybody already knows how fucking tall I am. Must have fucked my life or whatever. Let's see. Trucker said, it is getting close to feeding time. He's right.
Meow Meow.
Oh, where'd she go? Girl?
Oh, it's close to your food time? It's close to your food time? Are you hungry?
Yeah, she wants to be fed. That's my baby or whatever. Classy Ram says,
Hi, Meow Meow. Classy Rabbit says hi. Do you want to say hi back?
oh. She was like, shut up, Mom. Let's see. Brainrun says, what do you mean? Aren't you as tall as a building? Oh, that's true. I am as tall as a building. By are you under 5 feet? I think we mean follow people under 50 feet. Because I'm definitely I'm super tall, as you could tell. I'm as tall as the heavens would allow. Would a short person be able to do this? I think not. Lego Truckin' says, yeah, taller than a Lego building. Ah! Fuck you, people. Here, I'll give you accurate May sizing. There you go. Accurate heavy metal May positioning. Gamer says, throw her now! No! No! Gracie Ramos says, itty bitty. Ah! I actually go kind of far. Oh, I just tore my lip open. Oops. Ah! Stop! Why are you torturing me? Putting me through pain? Throwing me across the wall? Filling me up with milk and slamming me against a wall? Rama says, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Don't worry, my friend. Thank you for checking on me. Mwah. Let's see. Ooh. Gamer says, you know that this was happened when you made that redeem. I would. I like the throw redeem. I think it's silly. Ritz says, do not speak of the cursed milk stuffed doll. Oh, so Ritz knows what I'm talking about. You guys know about the cursed milk stuffed doll? Hold on. Let me grab the tweet for you guys. Milk stuffed doll tweet. So, it is, okay. Okay. I'm pulling up the image for you guys. Actually, hold on. I'm saving it so I can show it on stream easy. And then I will show you guys the stuffed milk doll. The cursed stuffed milk doll. Working on it. Okay, there it is. So there's this tweet. It was, I used to have this Webkins that I used to pour milk on and suck the milk back out of, and it was sopping wet all the time. I used to slam it against walls and it would make a loud thud. And it's just some fucking Webkins. Sebby Leek says, see you next time, May. Good night, Sebby Leek. Thank you for hanging out with us today, and I'm glad to see you again, my friend. See you soon. And then the other tweets were, my brother saw me suck milk out of it once, and I got sad when he made fun of me, and I didn't pour milk on it for a week, and it got rock hard and smelly, and my mom had to throw it away. It was so fucking heavy. I brought it to school one time, and my backpack was soaked, and I made my friends hold them, and they were upset. And I think about the milk-stuffed Webkins all the time. I have no idea what the hell happened in this kid's head for him to be like, yeah, I'm gonna pour milk on my favorite little Webkins cat. But I think about this all the time. Meow meow. Do you want me to pour milk on you? And take you in my backpack? Do you want me to pour milk on you and suck milk out of your fur? No? Oh, my baby. She's being so cute right now. She flopped over. Hi, my baby. My beautiful kitty. Yeah, I am petting my freaking baby right now. Brayman says, my kids are fucking stupid. Drunken says, that's psychopathic behavior. Did you guys ever have a plushie that you were, like, super obsessed with as a child? For me, I had this plush Webkins pug. I don't think it was Webkins, actually. But it was just, oh no, it was a Nintendogs pug. It was a Nintendogs pug that had, like, a rotatable head. And I was obsessed with that plushie. And one time, when I was in trouble, my dad took my plushie away, and I genuinely was like sobbing on the floor till he gave it back to me. I was very attached to that kid. I was very attached to that plushie. Everyone says, I don't have kids. No, I mean, did you have a plushie when you were a kid? Not did you have a kid. I'm sorry. Do you have a plushie that you were weirdly attached to as a kid? Like the... like the kid that would pour milk on their Webkins and suck milk out of it and throw it against the walls and stuff.
Hi, Meow Meow. What's up, baby? You want to say hi? Come here.
Oh.
Come here.
She does not want to come here. She's just crawling around. Let's see. Julia says, I witnessed something. We'll give you $50 for that stuffed animal. That's more than enough for you to buy a new one. Plus the extra stuff. The kid refused. Brainrot said, you read my messages. My kids are fucking stupid. Sorry, Brainrot. I think I might have accidentally... Brainrot, I think I might have accidentally just cursed your kids on accident. So, I think your kids someday will end up being fucking stupid because I read your message wrong. Classy Ramen says, I had a plushie Kachik Neopet, or however you spell it. He talked, and it was super cool. Oh yeah, the Neopets plushies! I also had Club Penguin plushies that I was super obsessed with. I had a bunch of the Puffles. I fucking loved my Puffle plushies. I was obsessed with Club Penguin as a little kid. Let's see. But, yes, you're right. Kids are fucking stupid. Beerman says, I don't want any kids, so we're safe. Alright! Fair enough. Me neither. Warsop says, I would wrestle with my big panda plushie and had a ton of other plushies. Monkey, raccoon, and even a life-size deer plushie. Never did anything weird or creepy with it though. Fair enough. Classy Rabbit says, I have the DS game. Oh, for Club Penguin? I think I did have the Club Penguin DS game as well. I think it was the spy one. But then my DS got stolen, so... So, no DS games for Heavy Metal May, I suppose. Robin says, oh, I already read that one. Sorry. Okay, my friends. It has been about 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think I will end stream around here. Mostly because I did an 8-hour stream yesterday, and I'm kind of still tired. And... I don't know. I could do some singing. There's some other stuff that I could do today. So, I think I will start to wrap up here. But before I leave, anything else you guys want to yap about quickly? Anything else that you guys want to tell me before I start to head out on you guys? How are you doing? And I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday ahead. Let's see. Wiley B. Hardigan says, I got 4 Pokemon plushies when I was a kid, a Dragonite and a Gen 1 starter. All the plushies fell to pets or time, except for Dragonite, because he got a standard to set. That's awesome! M. Gamer says, I'm good. Brave Ross says, just I freaking awesome. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you. The Mastermind, Albert Wesker. Welcome to the church, oh great Mastermind. I hope that you were having a fantastic day. I appreciate you for being here. Let me see. Emia Hammer says, another successful stream! Yay! Warsop P says, I sent you some songs today. They're probably gonna get spiderwebs on them soon. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been meaning to listen to your Sunmay Grave lists so often. It's just that work has been putting me through a fucking ringer to the point where I don't even have time to, like, listen to shit while I'm working because people keep walking up to me and being like, hey, idiot, we need you to do something else for me, you dumb little corporate fucker. And then I get fucked. And then I have another task to do for the day. So I'm so sorry. I need to make some time to listen to music outside of work because I usually listened to the grave lists when I was at work, but lately I just haven't had time to do anything but work at work, and it sucks, but I'll get there. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to ignore your grave lists or anything. Work has been kicking my fucking shins in. Oh my god, Scar! Thank you very much for the gifted sub, Scar. I love you very much. I hope that you are having a fantastic Sunday, my dear. How are you? I love you. Thank you for coming in. Hi. Mastermind Albert Wesker says, honestly, I feel you. That's every day, even the weekends. It has been fucking sucking for me lately, I'll tell you what. Bayron says, I pray next week goes easier for you. Thank you, my dear. I hope it does too. Everything sucks. Warsapi says, fuck work. Thank you. Music says, I feel that. And I'm sorry that you feel that. I hope that you never have to feel that. Scar says, I will work for you. They won't notice the difference. I wish. Jake Dayseeker says, Fred Durst had it right. Man, Limp Bizkit Fred Durst, he really did have a lot of shit right. A prophet that we did not see. You said Music says, I foresee a nice break in the near future. I hope so. I'll work on it. Let's see, my friends. I have someone... Mastermind Albert Wesker says, Or have someone be you. I mean, somebody already did that for me. That would be nice. Scar says kazoo and slide whistle. Oh yeah, you want me to kazoo and slide whistle for you before I leave? That's fine. Hold on. I could do the same thing for this one as well. M-Gamer, the one guy in my chat who truly hates it with every fiber of his being. What's up, P says, fun fact about Fred Durst, he's actually a really supportive trans ally. Yeah, Fred Durst fucking rocks. I read posts from trans people about how kind he is to them. Not 100% sure if it's true, but it looked authentic enough. That guy fucking rocks. I love that guy. Houston says, oh yeah, I heard someone play that instrument earlier at a concert, and I couldn't stop thinking about the brain rot reels. Oh, my slide whistle? Yay! I think we should play slide whistles at more concerts. If I ever get to the point where I can have a concert, you bet I'm bringing this motherfucker with me. May I swear to God. Why do you hate it so bad? I love it! Okay, my friends. I have somebody picked out in mind that I've been wanting to raid you guys out to. I wanted to raid into her yesterday, but she ended stream before I could. Because we streamed the same amount. She had her debut yesterday for her birthday, and now it's a birthday subathon. So I will be raiding you guys out to Bipsquamp. I really admire her. I think she's positively fantastic. And also, welcome to the church, Novi Bear. I very much appreciate you for being here. You are ever so kind, and I appreciate you for stopping by my church today. If you guys liked the vibe in the church today, please do consider following. We do YAP sermons every Sunday, and I stream 4 nights a week. So you can find me here again on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, and always Sundays. You can find me here 4 nights a week. And if you really enjoyed the vibe here, maybe consider subscribing. I'm currently trying to finance my first EP. It's gonna cost a lot of money, so anything helps, and I appreciate you all very much in advance for even considering following or subscribing. I also have a Discord server, so if you enjoyed the vibe in the chat, do join our Discord server. I do my best to be as talkative there as possible. You can also check out my first original song called Deliverance. I released it exactly 3 weeks ago, and it has 1,000 views. 1,000 views in 3 weeks is positively extraordinary, and I'm so thankful for all of you for giving my first original song a chance. I also release covers on that same channel, so please do check it out. I am an official partner of AdvancedGG. This weekend only, you can use the code PRAY20 for 20% off of your order instead of the usual 10%. And I also have an UwU Market store. The UwU Market store is really close to the next goal, and I really want to make a titty mouse pad, so please do consider buying something on the UwU Market store if you would like to show your support and get a little merchandise out of it. I also have a Fourth Wall store that I manage myself, and I do regular giveaways from my UwU Market store, not UwU Market, from my Fourth Wall store, so do continue to come by random ass streams, and maybe you'll win something off of me for free someday. I also have a throne if you would like to gift a little something to me. If you never feel pressured to do anything like that for me, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And I appreciate you all very much just for watching and hanging out with me. You can check out my other social medias like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Twitter, things like that. And Brainrot has also just sent through my raid messages as well. Raid is for regular, just text, don't gotta worry about being subscribed. Raid 1 is for the subscribed people. You could use the none raid emote as well. I will raid you guys out to Bipsquamp. She's a positively fantastic metal vocalist. I'm in awe of her literally all the time, and it's her birthday debut weekend, so feel free to show some support to her. She's absolutely wonderful, and I aspire to be as cool as she is. She's fucking awesome. But anyway, I will see you all again very soon. I'll see you in like 2 days on Tuesday. I love you all so very much, and bye. See you later. I love you all, and thank you for hanging out with me. I'm so blessed that you guys hang out with me and that you see me like every week. And I could never ask for a better church or community in the whole entire world. And I love you all so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.